That's like our exact
Like,
aesthetic
yeah.
is girls with titties on the graveyard.
Dicks would have flown off their bodies and went around the room like a balloon.
Now I'm like, oh God, I wish I was in hell right now. I practically am.
And it scared the shit out of me just because I was like, tongues can come out of bones? And now I'm like, I wish tongues could come out of bones.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Dapper Day.
Happy Dapper Day. Happy Friday the 13th.
Friday the fucking 13th. We got the theme music in right here.
Yeah, I'm
Perfect.
gonna litter this bitch with spooky shit.
Oh, this is gonna be like with this. Can we do like that, like bad sounds?
It's gonna be creepy.
Fantastic.
We're happy you're here with us on such a spooky day.
It's always the best day of the year for people like us, because really our Halloween is like Christmas, and not in that shitty Blink 182 way.
Yeah, we don't need to keep referencing.
No,
Blink 182
in that genuine good way, where like Halloween is the best holiday, which is coming up here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and you don't get a fucking Friday the 13th in October.
Like how, like I feel like it happens every couple of years, but like it's still pretty good when it happens. Yeah.
Every 7 years.
That's just how the Gregorian calendar works.
Yeah, so we're going to get into some spooky shit in a bit, but we have some general stories. Also, throw it out there, www.thedapperdads.com, dapperdanspodcast@gmail.com, and call or text 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. We did get some submissions.
We actually did for once. It's got to be a national holiday.
We got one from the email and one directly from the website.
We did.
Very beautiful, both of you fine folks. We will get into those next week since we do have a topic this week.
Yes,
and we
do hate to disappoint, but one of the questions
we got to keep you.
One of the questions was really fantastic, and we went over it, and we were like, this could actually turn into a really good, long discussion about things. So check us out.
We want to give you the full.
If you're listening this week and you submitted something, check it out next week. We will be talking about it on the episode.
Well, this is already ahead, too. So if you were one of the people that submitted something on Friday the 6th... Just wait. We're just keeping you reeled in. And if you didn't submit anything, then go fucking submit something.
Time is just broken in the Dapper Dungeon. We don't have any obscure way of checking it.
Yeah, not at all. But yeah, how was your week?
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
Yeah, that's how time works, because I technically have had a week.
I've had 1 week.
I have had 1 week since I last saw you. Not 1 week since we last spoke. I definitely had some shit happen at work. Now here's my thing about it. You can't be mad at people for problems that they have that they can't fix. One of the rules I always had growing up was that if you were going to make a comment about someone, if it's not something they can change in 5 minutes, don't mention it until you're in a private situation with them.
And stop fucking blaming like normal workers for things that are out of their control.
Right.
Ever since working in retail, which I feel everyone should have to work in retail so they can understand this, don't yell at me because we're out of something or whatever.
Like, don't get mad at me because I can't break the rules of how we run the place for you specifically just because you shop there.
Even like when I go to fucking McDonald's or some shitty place and I go through the drive-thru, my order's fucked up. I'm not like, I hope you die. I might think that, but I'm not gonna yell at you unless it was something that like I know for sure you didn't do right off the fucking bat.
I feel like we're going to get to 5 this episode. I got a good feeling about it.
I feel
Since
it
it's
too.
Friday the 13th, I want to propose that we send out I want to do another movie. I want to do like a horror movie, but I feel like what would be better would be a horror movie piece of memorabilia chosen by the dads.
That would be nice.
So if we get to 5 this episode, keep your tally marks, keep checking. If we get to 5, we will send you a horror movie piece of memorabilia of our choice.
Yes.
Keep in mind, you never get to pick what you get. You just get what we send you.
Beggars can't be choosers, and you're all begging for more.
Everybody's begging for more stuff. Everybody just wants free shit. We're going to give it to you.
What other podcasts?
We're going to do it because you're
my
loyal.
Shit again? I would like to propose to you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You never thought it would be like this. Drama's getting down on one knee here in the studio.
Getting down on one knee because I heard the national anthem somewhere in the distance.
You were gonna take a knee, but you can't because you're wearing all white.
Yeah, that's true, and I have a bad knee. It's
the gonorrhea.
It's overflowing with gonorrhea. I don't support this nation either, but my knee's bad. This is great. That was episode...
You're already turning
Oh,
into...
it's also episode 10, which I wanted to take a moment. Like, when we started this, I was like, for some reason, I feel strong about 10.
Right,
Double
yeah.
digits. I feel like we've established...
Accomplished something,
Yeah, like, you know what we're about. I feel like we've
Like,
gotten
we finally...
past any roughness, which I feel like really there never was.
There never was,
I
no.
mean, to be honest... We're the greatest
We're fucking
podcasters
perfect.
of all
It's
time.
fantastic.
It's beautiful. Our lives are shit, but this...
Oh, no, this
somehow
is where I
managed
come to
do.
get all the shit out.
Yeah.
Because, like, I have shit weeks, life gets dark, and then I come here and life gets a little brighter
Yeah,
again.
so 10 the whole time I've been like, once we hit 10, and it just happens to be Friday the 13th, we're going to get spooky.
Something special about
Feel
it.
good. I'm glad you guys are all here with me to experience this.
Yes, thank you everyone who is tuning in. Thank you everyone who has checked us out thus far. Thank you to everyone who has talked about us, done anything for us. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
The one thing I don't feel like I can get into this whole story for like legality reasons, and plus it's gonna paint me
Allegedly
rumored. But I had a gentleman who frustrated me to the point where I asked him if he had a disconnect in his brain that didn't understand the words that I was telling to him, because in my opinion, when you do something constantly for 2 weeks and someone tells you, no, this is how it has to be done, and they still come in and keep fighting you, at that point, after 14 days, you get to say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you can only explain, and maybe this is just me as a human being, and this is how I relate to people.
Yeah.
But I can only explain things to you so many different ways before I think you're too fucking stupid to get it. And
I agree.
this is something I think quite often, because I will have to explain something 7 different times to different people, and if you still don't get it, it's like, then why the fuck do I keep wasting my time? These are seconds I'm never gonna get back. I'm gonna have to... 2.
You're fucking getting something, you beautiful bitch. Holy
3.
shit. That was slim, though.
That was a slim
That was a
one.
rare slim one. You're going to get something.
Somebody's
good.
getting shit. This is, what are we, 10 minutes into this? Not even?
6.
6 minutes and we've gotten 3 words.
6.
666 for Friday the 13th.
We're going to summon a demon live. of the
Here
Dapper
in
Dad's
the studio.
dungeon. There's probably something in this
There
dungeon.
is, I would guarantee there's at least 3 cursed items down here that we could pick
yeah.
from and probably crack open and summon something out of.
Yeah, I know the portal to hell is very close.
If it's not within a 500-foot radius, then all my math is wrong, and I'm not about to sit there and redo all the math.
I mean, why would we be in a dungeon that doesn't have a direct connection to the portal to hell?
yeah, that makes too much sense. There's no way that
You know
would make
we
any
love
sense.
hell.
We love hell on the Dapper.
I love when it's hot.
What's going to happen is somebody's going to listen to the show and they're going to be like, oh, the Dapper Dads, this must be a nice
Yeah,
show.
they
They're
must-
going to hop in on episode 10 because they're going to be like,
I
well, the
hope
first
so.
couple are probably rough.
Yeah.
Then they're going to get into 10 and we're going to be like, hail Satan on Friday the 13th. And they're just going to be, we're going to have like the mothers of America coming against the Dapper Dads. I think that would be some good press, though. I could go for
you
that.
can't. I mean, I've always said if one of us dies in a fucked up way, it will promote the fuck out of this podcast.
I think if you die, I'm going to continue the podcast. Do you think you'd continue without me?
Yeah, but it would just be sad, probably.
Right,
I'd be
like
like, hey, Slim, remember when you died? And they're like, I get it for the first couple episodes, but episode 76, and he's still just
I
crying.
like to think what you're going to do.
And you're still
is-
here, your dead body just It's like a check-in with the Dapper Dads
Like it's
decomposition
a
alert.
Bates Motel kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's like in American Werewolf in London, where the guy keeps popping up, but he's just more and more.
Like in Psycho, somebody's going to come down here and my skeleton's going to be in a dress and a wig in the
Don't
basement.
look at this.
Either that or it's going to be like on It's Always Sunny where Frank thought Charlie was dead when when Mac and Charlie tried to kill themselves. And he made the doll and he's like, come on, Charlie,
Yeah,
let's go
that's
do
what
weird
it'll
sex
be.
things.
Yeah.
And like that's what I'm
what
leaning.
it'll be like.
And like you're going to take
That's
me
going to be a big.
it's going to be weird.
dummy.
Like you're going to start taking me to work and like
Yeah.
you're going to use me in the carpool lane and everything. Hey, we're getting in the fast lane today. Woo!
And you get pulled over and be like, it's my dead friend. I love him. We have a podcast. You should tune in every Friday.
www.
Yeah. Call us at 402-7-DAPPER and then I just peel off.
I promise you that if I get pulled over for any reason ever, I'm going to plug the podcast and shit with the cop. I'm going to be like, hey, man, sorry, I was actually on the way to my podcast. I'm already running. Like, check it out.
While you're
www.dapperdads.com.
slowly driving away.
407 Dapper.
I always think that when I've had a few beers on this or whatever I choose to do afterwards in Rockford, and then I'm like, oh, what if I get pulled over? And then I'm like, tell them you do a podcast because it's nerdy enough that they'll just probably be like, I don't want to talk about this. And I feel like even drunk, I could be like, I do a podcast, see what happens, and over-explain it. So they're like,
Me
"He's
and my
clearly
dead
not
friend,
drunk."
we sit in a dungeon and we talk.
Then it might be different, but stay alive so I have a good alibi.
That is a lot of
Stay
pressure to put
alive
on
for
me.
my alibi.
Man, I feel like that's something I'm going to get as a back tattoo someday. Stay alive for my
Lower
alibi.
back only.
Specifically lower, like upper thigh area.
That's pretty low.
Yeah, that's super
Is
low.
that even back?
No, like my whole ass.
Oh,
is
my
gonna be
lower
hanging
back's
out.
been hurting me. Oh, really? Did you pull it? I don't know. It's right in my upper thigh. You're like, what? Or when you're trying to get a masseuse to get into the fun spots, so you're like, lower back, lower. And then they go to thighs and you're like, upper.
Lower.
Upper.
Too low. Lower.
Perfect. Yeah. Just get in there.
Just make this an episode where we just talk sensually for the rest of the episode. We don't even do the horror movies.
Yeah, we're not even getting into anything.
Oh God, how's your week been? What kind of week have you been having, man? I know you got a little crazy last week.
I dabbled a little hard, and I've been paying for it.
Let's this is definitely a Dapper Dad story. So let's get into dramas last Saturday night.
It is. I was in Chicago. I went to Revolution Brewing's Oktoberfest.
Shout out.
They had shout out to them. They make some fine beers. They
Sponsor us.
Yeah, fucking please. They had they have an Oktoberfest every year, and this year it was like just on the street, and it's free to get in. They had their beers and whatnot, and then they had a bunch of bands. The fucking headliner was Jeff Rosenstock, who I'm a huge fan of. Check out Jeff Rosenstock if you haven't. They're incredible. And so we just popped around drinking Oktoberfest. So many people were bitching about it on Facebook. All the reviews are negative because there's like thousands of people on this street.
It's a free Oktoberfest. What the hell do you expect is going to happen?
The lines for beer, like if you walk in, there's immediately a line for beer. It's fucking like a 45-minute line to get beer.
It's a free October.
Yeah.
Like you should know what you're getting into when you see the words free and Oktoberfest together.
The beers, it's like $10 and you get like a commemorative mug, and then you can refill the mug for $8. So we eventually got in a line for it, but if you go down, there's like hella beer lines. So you just go all the way towards the stage. The one we were in was probably like 20 minutes. It's not my ideal thing. What we did was just
Better
go to
than 45.
Yeah. What we did was just go to like 3 different bars that are on the street. All the bars are like fucking empty. One had $2 PBRs. We had some vodka lemonade.
So really, you're fucking up if you're drinking at the free October. 4?
I think so. I don't
Man,
even know.
somebody's
we don't
getting
even
some
have to
shit.
count anymore.
No, it's gonna happen.
Coming. Oh, I thought I had it.
Now,
just
so
blow it out.
you might as well just claim the episode right now if you're listening to it, because you're getting something.
And then I somehow don't burp again.
No more burps for the rest of the episode. We're like, well, if you claimed it, you're full of shit.
Claimed it, you're a fucking liar.
You're a fucking liar and your math is wrong. How did you learn how to read?
So, we went in the bars. I had, like, no complaints. It's a little crowded. Free thing. Jeff Rosenstock played. It was incredible. My favorite song by him is called I'm Serious, I'm Sorry. Splice it in here.
I didn't know that he got in a car crash. We could have been friends, could have got married, could have had grandkids, sent him to college, at least attended each other's weddings. I didn't know that you stayed home for hours, calling his parents, asking for answers, skipping your prom night, crying and praying, up to a God that you never believed in. Megan held your body if you were sorry. At the party, and I couldn't leave the kitchen. I ingested too much poison.
It's fucking sad and fucking incredible.
I got some of your snaps from the show that looked pretty fantastic.
God, it was so good, and he played that, and I like cried a bunch, and it was just a great experience.
That's such a
people were
love that
moshing, and Daddy got slammed to the ground real hard. That feeling where you get pushed back in a mosh pit, and then you're like, someone will catch me, and then you just keep falling.
And you feel yourself losing control.
Slam on the fucking street. But people picked me up right away. Everyone was super cool.
There was, that just reminded me really quick. There was one time I was at an outdoor music festival, and there was this band playing, and there was like a circle pit going on.
Yeah.
And a guy ran up to me in the circle pit, picked me up, and body slammed me on the asphalt, and no one helped me up. And it's not like it was
different.
And it's not like it was even like the Black Dahlia murder, or like Cannibal Corpse or anything. It was like a Godsmack style band. This was I was like,
he was probably trying to put you out of your misery.
I was like 13 years old, like I was, and I'm just like moshing, I'm having fun. And I've always been a big guy, and I suddenly feel myself getting picked up, and I'm just like, ooh. I was like, is this how puppies feel?
I kept getting the back of my shirt lifted up and my back exposed, and I was like, I wish everyone would stop doing this.
That's why you got to get that tramp stamp.
Yeah, so they're like, and it just says put my shirt back down.
Can't die because you're my alibi. Also, put my shirt back down.
Like,
and like Times New Roman.
Yeah. In Comic Sans.
Oh shit! That's just because then people want to pull it down out of just Christ, I don't want to look at it.
I don't even want to read it. So yeah, we went. The show was incredible. Would recommend. Then there was a free after party at the East Room. featuring the Hood Internet and Show You Suck DJing and shit. So we went to that, and I think what part of my problem is, I've started to realize, is I get really drunk, go to shows, jump around, sweat it all out. When I leave, I feel very sober, and then I go to another bar and try to catch up on the drinking. I feel like I'm still a little bit drunk, and I don't think about it.
And it's like you don't know
So I'm
how
just
drunk you are because you're tired.
And I'm like amped up, and I don't feel drunk anymore. So we get in there, and I'm doing some vodka lemonades. First guy gave us free drink. Shout out to him. And then I started like double fisting because I'm like, well, I need to get this shit going. It's that thing where you get to the after party real early and it's just weird. There's like 3 people dancing.
Yeah, and it's like you want to be fucked up by the time shit starts getting good.
You want to get into it. And then I think I got a little too into it. I was double fisting for like a long time. And then I got so drunk that I was standing there and internally was like, why do you do this? Why are you this drunk right now? And just like wobbling, holding 2 drinks, looking down at everyone. Not like down at everyone.
No, but I know like, that look you get where like you look kind of mean because you're just looking around. But
eyes up towards your eyebrow, looking at, and I do look mean a lot.
It's just your RBF.
It's something resting. And I got so drunk. And this shit went until 4 a.m. And prior to that, I'm like, fuck yeah. Because every time we like go to leave, I'm like, oh, I wish something was still happening.
For like 2 more hours.
Yeah. And then this was the one time where it was like 12:40 or 2:40. And I was like, I gotta get out of here.
We're getting old,
I don't know
man.
what to do. And it just got weird. Like a lot of people left. And then it was just... like a weird group of
you got to be
people.
a certain kind of person to stay out partying till 4 a.m. Like we were talking about this before the show, but me and Drama are realizing we're getting old. Yeah. And like we're kind of at that half point where like when we talk about things, like half of it's like, oh yeah, we're turning up, we're having fun, we're doing this, and then the other half is like, yeah, my kitchen's getting remodeled, and my back hurts. Oh god, I got to be at work in the morning. And it's like, you know, I think everybody just gets to that point in life. Some hit it before others, where it's like you're just you party, and then you're like, okay. Because I remember as a young man, maybe like a couple of years ago, even I could have stayed out till 4 a.m. partying, but now I'm like,
typically I can. Like normally, like I said, shit'll close at 2. When I was in Minnesota, they were like, you got to get out of here, last call. And I looked at my phone, it was 2:10, and I was like, oh shit. And I was like, yeah, if they would have given us an option, I would have been so hyped for 2 more hours. This, for some reason, I was just like, I got really drunk, and like I said, I drink
because you were slamming them before people showed up. So when people were just showing up,
double fisting vodka lemonades and High Life. Because I was like PBR, and the guy goes, we're out of PBR. And I said Budweiser, and he goes High Life, and I was like, sure.
Why not?
And then it just tasted great, so I was like, fuck them. Let's keep lining up High Lifes and vodka lemonades.
Shout out High Life.
I don't know how many I had, but I spent all of my money, so it was a good amount. But yeah, like I said, I can drink a fair amount, and normally I'm like perfect. But yeah, I hit a point where I was like, I don't know what the fuck is even going on anymore, and I gotta get out of here, or I don't know what's gonna happen.
I think that's where I was at the Rue that one night where everything just went downhill super fast. Yeah, at that point, after I got off the stage, I was like, what's going on?
See, mine is bad because I've like stopped like getting to the point where I'll throw up, so it just is like everything is just weird as fuck, and I don't feel sick necessarily. I just feel just very so disconnected from life, and like I still have a.
Are you saying on the show right now that you get so drunk that you start disassociating?
Yeah, a little bit, because I don't know, and I still have that very clear. Do you have like that very clear internal monologue where you're still speaking normally in your head,
but like
and your head's like, "Yo, chill out," and then someone asks you a question, and you're like, "But I don't want a banana," and they're like, "What?"
And like you're saying it over and over again.
Yeah, and in your head you're like, "Shut the fuck up and say it clear," and you're like, whoa. And I like won't get sick anymore. I just get to a point where I'm like
incoherent and disassociated.
Weird. And then we got some burritos and drove back, and it was
and you got sauce all over your outfit.
I got covered in burrito sauce.
You know, they say a man can get lost in the sauce.
Yes.
But truly, it is where the man thrives, is within the sauce. It is a delicate line between thriving in the sauce and being lost in the sauce.
Lost.
You have only known getting lost in the sauce. Let's be real.
I just keep thinking back to things. Like at one point I was like, the lighting is real weird in here, and you were texting me, and then
you were that drunk.
Yeah, I was that drunk. I think you texted me something, and I said something, and you said what, and then I said what, and you said, are you not gonna read your last?
Can I read this back on the show?
Yeah, we'll edit it out if it's inappropriate.
Okay. No, it's not inappropriate. I just want to say the one little part right there because and I remember specifically, I told some people the next day at work, I was like, yeah, so Drama got wasted last night, and he texted me, and then in like the next text right after that was just like, what? And you were like, you said, I don't know what I said.
Yeah.
And I said, just look 2 texts above it, dumbass.
Yeah, I had a Snapchat that was just, you ever take a Snapchat and it's just dark, and it was dark, and then it was my face laughing, and
Like
I'm
in the dark?
yeah, because it was a dark room that we were all dancing in, and I was like, I don't even know what that was supposed to be, but
There's one point here where I texted you and said, everything good? And you said, no, nothing is good.
Oh.
And you spaced out the nothing like the band Survive, where it's all capital and spaced out.
Yeah,
You're like,
I do that a lot.
Nothing is fine. And
I feel like I remember
oh.
that one, and I was fucking with you.
Here we go. I said, go on. And you said, I forgot what I text you.
Yeah.
And I said, you drunk fuck, did you forget how to read too? And you said, yeah. And not even Y-E-A.
Yeah, that's the only way I spell yeah. I don't have time for
Disassociated
H's.
so damn hard you forgot how to read.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to look at my phone right now, and I don't know what's going on. But yeah, this paints me in a negative light. So
Have you noticed there's a trend where every
I
episode you
know.
tell a story and you go, oh, this paints me in a negative light?
yeah, and people would be surprised how fucking boring and monotonous my real life
Oh,
is.
no, like, I
You're
feel like
just
people
hearing the cliff notes.
I feel like people listen to this and they're like, man, these guys have a lot of fun. But like, really, if like outside of these things, all I'm doing is sitting at home watching movies
I've
with my
met
cat.
so
That's
many
it.
people like prior to this that I like worked with, and I would tell them like, yeah, just the crazy party stories that I have, and then they would like meet up with me for a drink, and I would just be like casually drinking a drink. I had one girl specifically one time come out and meet me, and I had told her all this shit at work, and she like came out and we had a beer at Mandalay Lounge. Shout out Mandalay.
Where
It's you just go and drink sadly for cheap. And then she was like, I'm going to take off. And then later she texts me like, I just thought you were like more crazy. And I was like, yeah, we were at Mandalay. The end of the night probably was. You gotta ride with me if you want to see the shit.
Because I mean,
can't pop out at 10:30 and be disappointed with the outcome.
Well, no, okay,
'Cause, like,
'cause
what am I doing it? If I'm fucked up at 10:30, then you don't want to be here.
No, there's like, and I can attest to this. Most evenings where we've gone out, it's like, it's tame at first, it's chill, and then there's that one point in the night where it's like reality shifts
hits
and
a
the
breaking
dimensions
point.
collide.
Yeah.
And then it's like everything just goes straight to 10.
My life of drinking is hitting a breaking point where everything gets weird. Oh fuck! That's 5.
We did
that
it.
was teamwork.
That was
2 slim, 3 drama.
well, at least the ratio is still in your
yeah,
favor.
it's still there.
All right, so
fucking
this is
claim
it.
that
Claim
shit, you
your
stupid
shit.
bitch.
Text one of us if you have our number. If you don't have our phone number and you're someone who listens to this
Hey,
that
if you
doesn't
don't
know us,
if you don't have our phone number, go ahead and text 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737.
and we will get the text and we will confirm it on our Facebook page who
Yes.
the winner is. We won't put your name, but we'll do a screenshot of you claiming the prize.
Yep.
So go get that shit.
Fucking get it.
Now we got to figure out and post what we're gonna send people.
Yeah, and with that, we should get into our main topic, which we figured we would discuss horror movies because we're both
Fanatics, some would
both
say.
a little into horror movies.
And just a teensy bit. I'm not saying every time I get on my Fire Stick, the first genre I go to is horror, but I might have a habit.
Yeah, and it's the perfect time, so I hope we address some things you haven't seen before, and you can go watch them because we're just gonna fucking
6.
rattle these.
Okay, if we
bitches
get to 10, 2 claims.
We are gonna get to 10. I can feel
2
it.
claims. Let's do it. Okay, if we get to 10
2.
this episode, you will get to claim. We will have and you can't claim twice. We can't have one person
Right.
claiming twice. We'll have one person claim once and then another person claim twice. If we get to 10, we're at 6 right now.
Yes.
So 4
4 more.
I can
Yeah.
do math. I promise.
6 of 12. But yeah. So we're gonna rattle off our top 5 and discuss them, and then also just get into horror movies in general. As I was saying, this is the perfect time. I usually mid-September will start getting into it. I've
Yep.
already watched A Grip.
Oh, fantastic! I've already got a huge number. There's one that I wanted it to make the favorites list, but I just watched it the other day, and it hasn't like cemented that it's a favorite
Yeah.
yet. But it was
Yeah.
very damn good. And what I want to do is we each have a top 5 that we decided to pick out and share with each other. So there's a top 10 between the Dapper Dads. Mine are in no specific order. For me, it was 5 that I picked that either emotionally rattled me in some way or were just such an exquisitely good horror movie that it's of mention to note it. And then I also have a couple that I want to consider honorable mentions, where it was like they're very good, but they're not in my top.
I have the same. And yeah, I put them in the order of 5. And to preface this, my top 5 is not your like grumpy old man top 5.
No.
Which I hate with everything, music and movies. Like,
Yeah.
it's not The Exorcist and Halloween. And
No, we're
like
not
all
going to
your
get...
shit.
We've got some unique cuts that we want to get into
mine
here.
is like my top 5, and I got one that's probably going to be upsetting to some people, but it's fucking
Is it the one
great.
we talked about before the show?
No.
Okay,
it's not,
thank God.
It's not that one.
God, I don't even want to talk about that
and
one.
also, this is like my top 5 right now. Every time someone asks me top 5 shit, it's like at the moment because, like I can't cement 5 movies for the rest of my life.
No, because I mean, there's
not
going to be...
even counting new ones that are going to come out. I just change
Like I said,
all the
I just
time.
watched one the other night that I'm considering putting into my top, but like I need to like watch it again, digest it a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, I watched one recently where I was like, I don't think it'd be in my top 5, but God, it's fucking good.
Well, I just want
we'll
to
get into that too.
Yeah, I just want to mention what this particular film was off the top before we get into the favorites. It's a new movie that just came out. It's called The Devil's Candy, if you've heard of it. The basic premises behind it is it's a heavy metal centric horror movie.
I think I've seen like the cover of
Where it's
this.
got the guy with the guitar and he's like covered in blood. Now, when I first started, I was like, okay, this is going to be like some weird like Tenacious D kind of thing where it's like a horror movie, but it's
what I
centered
got
around.
from it.
Yeah, and so, but I was just trying to put something on before bed. I haven't been sleeping very well recently, and it's like if I just throw on like a crummy movie I don't have to pay attention to,
Yeah.
I can just mess around on my phone and fall asleep.
Yeah.
And so the first 10 minutes of the movie were kind of hokey, weird. Like there's just one point where there's a guy who is he played the heavy set priest in Constantine, if you ever saw that.
I did, but I can't recall.
Do you remember the scene where the guy is like chugging vodka in the store and like it's not coming out at all? He's like an alcoholic priest. It's that guy.
Okay.
He's like the main bad guy in this movie.
Okay.
And in the first 5 minutes, he's standing in front of a crucifix with a flying V just going, dun.
Sounds about what I would have pictured.
Dun, like some weird sono like drone metal shit.
Yeah.
But then some stuff starts happening, and I was just kind of half watching it at first. It's a haunted house movie, kind of. A family moves into a house, and there's like something in the house that starts possessing people. You know, typical like that. But the way it's executed is really fantastic. It's not heavy metal centric in the sense that like it's like a heavy metal horror movie.
Yeah.
The dad is like a very heavy metal character, and his bond with his daughter is that they bond over heavy metal, and the wife is very like plain Jane, very like, you know, just like a basic white girl,
Basic
pretty
bitch.
much. Right. And so she there's like a really funny scene in the beginning where they're listening to like Lamb of God in the car, and him and his daughter are like screaming along to it, and she's just like sitting there smiling. And I was like, okay, this is it. And the way the production is, it's not like a big budget movie. 7?
Yeah, that's
7. So it doesn't play out in like a big budget way, but the way it's shot is so damningly tense. And just there was one of the first scenes that came up that really shocked me was you see the bad guy and he's in a hotel room, and you just hear a kid crying in the bathroom, like that kind of like realistic like scream crying that you hear in movies sometimes that just makes you uncomfortable in your stomach because like you're like, that's a kid crying. And this guy takes off his clothes, puts on a trash bag, and walks into the bathroom with a hacksaw. And it's like a 2-minute sequence where he's like undressing his stuff and putting it on the bed and like putting it on. And then it's like this weird jarring scene where what the dad is in the movie, he's a commissioned painter, and he's like painting this kid getting killed, and they like shoot back and forth and just I don't want to give too much of it away.
I was gonna say, let's talk about this movie that's not in either of our top 5.
Well, I just don't want to like give away the whole plot,
Yeah.
but it's really something worth checking out if you're looking for something that's creative and inventive with just. If what scares me isn't just like ghosts and scary shit, it's like tense. It's like really hard, heavy stuff, and like it plays out in such a way that kept me up all night because I was like, okay, I'm just gonna fall asleep to this. But after 15 minutes, I was like sitting up on the couch like this, just watching it. And there was one point in the movie where I was like pulling my hair back like this and like grabbing my shirt because it was just so tense and jarring how it was shot. I want you to watch it so we can talk about
I wish
it.
I still felt that way. You always say that about movies, and I'm like, I'm so jaded that every movie I'm like, it's good, but I wish it was more.
Well, what happens
Even
is like
the most graphic movies.
See, that's my thing. Is like there's 90% of the movies I watch, I'm like, that was okay, but it wasn't anything like fantastic. It's not of note, you know? Like I can say that I watched it. I'm glad that I watched it, but I'm not going to watch it again.
I feel like I watch a lot of movies where I'm like, it's good, I'll never watch it again, and I might not even ever bring it up unless something very specific happens.
Right,
But it's
yeah.
good. That's how I feel about like a lot of movies where I'm like,
But
that's how I feel about a lot of restaurants
The
too.
Devil's Candy. Check it out. Let us know what you think about it. I would actually encourage that. If you ate,
That I don't know if we should count that. That was Yeah, we'll give that
That's
8. Yeah.
Yeah, so 8. Somebody's
Yours are sloppy.
I know mine are weird.
Yours are wispy. I like a good
It's like a
wispy
pussy
burp.
willow.
Yeah.
What I think is that if you check out the movies we recommend on the show, hit us up. Let us know what you think about them.
Yeah, we won't even necessarily talk about it on the podcast, but I will fucking
check 'em out,
interact
we'll
with you
watch 'em, yeah.
online about it too.
And
yeah.
if you've seen any of the movies that we've talked about, sound off. Let us know what your opinion of it is as well.
Give us your top 5.
Yeah, and I think we should put that out with this episode today. We should, leave us your top 5. Let us know what some of your favorite horror movies are, because I'm never going to turn down a horror movie recommendation.
Oh no! Even when I get through it, I'm like, oh, fuck.
I mean,
of an hour.
I might only watch the first 30 minutes and turn it off. But
which one of yours I have that problem with, and we'll get into it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and you're gonna be bummed, and I feel like a lot of people will. But I'm gonna jump into it. I put mine in 5. So my number 5, working our way up to the best, Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, excellent choice. Fantastic.
It's a great movie.
Choice.
That one is it's done so well. You know what I mean? The biggest problem with horror movies is
the tropes.
Yeah, so many tropes, and then the endings, which this ending was also whatever.
But it was still
the
good.
concept is incredible.
Right.
I watched it one time, and I got maybe 30 minutes in, because it burns a little slow at the beginning.
It does, yeah.
And I was literally like, this is just a fucking another cabin horror movie. Fuck
right.
this. And I turned it off, and it took me another year to come around to it.
But then when you finally
because
watched
I
it was
one of my favorite artist, Alex Party, did a painting of it, and it had all the different monsters.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? How is it? And then I watched it, and I was like, holy shit, I wasted so much time not watching this.
What did it for me was I had heard about it for a long time, and I'm like, okay, the Cabin in the Woods, there's okay, it's been done.
Yeah.
But then somebody we used to work with actually recommended it to me and said it was the best horror movie they'd ever seen. They loved it. I should check it out. And then I was like, okay, I'll look into it. But then I saw that GIF of the scene in the end with the elevators.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is this?
And that's one of the best things is it's a really great writing device of being able to show you all different types of horror movies. You get the zombies, and you get all
it's so
the
good
other
because it breaks the fourth wall, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
You know how in Deadpool, he always breaks the fourth wall, and it's okay, he's just talking to the audience.
Saw it.
Well, even if you read the comics and stuff, he breaks the fourth wall a lot, but it's very cheesy, and it's just he's talking straight to you. This psychologically breaks down the fourth wall in the sense that it takes everything that you assume, and it's no, it's a fucking joke. Here's how it is.
And it also pokes the perfect amount of fun. I love when horror movies aren't so full of themselves that they can't be funny.
Right. Yeah.
And then when they're just over the top funny without being a comedic horror movie like so many are.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it has the perfect amount of funniness and fucking crazy shit. Yeah, it's very well done, and definitely it was one I didn't have in my mind. I 3 of these I had for sure. These are 3
but
of
it's
my
one of the ones where you thought
and then
about
I thought
it,
about it, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, I gotta tack that on the end for sure. Like I said, my fucking ranking system has no hold on anything.
No, literally my list could change tomorrow if I see something else that's really good.
Because that could be I just mainly, my number 1 is for sure how I felt forever since I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is one that easily could be number 2 as well, because it is very creative and great.
Next one I'd like to rattle off from my top 5 list. I also have one that's very definitely my number 1 horror movie, but we'll get to that last.
Good.
We actually wanted to talk about this one. I'm going to throw this down. The Void.
Nice.
Is one of the, not just one of the best horror films, but one of the most visually appealing films I've ever seen in my life. Because one of the things that does it for me, along with tension, is good creature horror. If I can get a cool demon or a cool monster out of it, I'm
it's
yeah,
so
that
hard
really
for that to not be corny.
Right.
There's so many movies where you're everyone to
Poultrygeist.
That is very specifically.
Have you seen? Have you heard of that? Have you seen it?
Yes.
Dear God, God damn it, that was so.
I keep trying to put my burps away, but I should just let them fly.
Yeah, because people are gonna get shit if we keep it up.
But yeah, I had never seen The Void, and when you sent me your list, I was like, I gotta check. There's 2 I hadn't seen, so it's I gotta check it out. First off, I tried to watch it on the Fire Stick, not realizing it's on Netflix, which I wish we would have figured out which ones are on Netflix, because I feel like that's the most accessible.
See what my
Void is.
My go-to is Netflix, and then if it's not on Netflix,
yeah, for some reason I thought it wouldn't be, so I went Fire Stick. I watched 7 minutes of I'm not even sure what, but if you go on your Fire Stick, and you know how sometimes it'll have the description and the art for a movie?
That's what they did for Split, too. It's never Split
and
when I try to watch it, and I want
did
to
you
watch it so bad.
Did you watch what they have for Split?
No, what was it?
It's a bowling movie. This is a great story. So I had, like, people had told me watch Split. They seen it, but they didn't like want to spoil anything, so they
Still
told me
haven't
nothing
seen
about
it for what it's worth.
I saw it, not good for what it's worth.
Yeah,
in my
I heard
opinion.
that too.
So I start watching this, and I'm like, all right, and then it's like very clearly like a bowling movie, and I'm like, well, maybe that's like the story.
The premise
I don't
of it.
know.
Maybe
And
he
so
works in a bowling alley.
I watched a lot of it, and then there's like one specific scene where it seems like they drug a girl, and I can't even remember if that's what happens, but it starts to get very eerie. So I'm
And
like,
you're kinda
all
like,
right,
okay,
here's the split. She's
right.
gonna get drugged, and she's gonna wake up, and he's
He's
different.
going to be down there, yeah.
And then they wake up and it's totally normal. And then there's like another thing. And I'm like 45 minutes in and I'm like, this can't be.
Wasn't the first thing you notice is that there's no James McAvoy in the movie?
Yeah, but I like
Notice how it didn't
everyone.
say M. Night Shyamalan in the beginning?
I thought he was trying to be clever. M. Night Shyamalan's always tricky with his movies.
lot of
I
excuses.
thought maybe they were going to like really fuck it up and split and it was going to be a completely
Like
different.
split it wide
so
open.
I watched this entire horrible bowling movie and I want that hour and a half back. So yeah, if you watch shit on Fire Stick, be
You gotta
very
be careful.
careful because I watched 7 minutes of The Void and I don't know what it was. It was very weird.
Was it
And
scary? Was it...
It seemed creepy. I don't even know what was going on. It was just a bunch of different people. It was like British accents, which I have difficulty with. So
I
I
always
was
do
like,
subtitles if it's in an accent.
Yeah, I don't know. But then I found the real one and yeah, I liked it. It's kind of like just very weird.
It's very hard right off the bat. Like, it's not a movie that has a lot of build-up. There's maybe 10, 15 minutes
and it's
of
one of
build-up.
those movies that's like in one central location, which I think
Right.
is always like hard to pull off. And they did good, but like I don't think I really understood the whole thing. I also didn't like sit down and fully watch it, which is my problem a lot.
And I feel like I'm going to be pretentious when I talk about this, and I really want to put out I'm not being pretentious, but to really get kind of a base understanding where the directors and the script writers were coming from for this, you have to have kind of a good grasp on Lovecraftian horror, H.P. Lovecraft, who is, in my opinion, the top tier for horror. And because I'm an H.P. Lovecraft freak. I have tons of books at home. I've read all the stories. I've read everything. And no other author, whether it be Stephen King, any other horror writer, Chuck Palahniuk, anything like that, has never painted such vivid pictures of just insane horror. One of the stories that always...
Holy shit. What is it, 9? Or 10?
No, I think that's 10.
Oh, fuck it. There you go.
Fuck it, 10. If you were counting it, it's 10. Now we have a second claim.
Yeah, you should have just claimed at the beginning.
Yeah, you should
Fucking loser.
have just lied.
Yeah. Well, if it was 5, you should have been going for 5.
Right.
You fucked up.
I think the way we should do it is every 5 somebody gets something now.
We're gonna be giving away too much shit. Only 2.
So for this episode,
We're only 36 minutes in,
Holy
and there's
shit.
been 10 burps.
Oh
so
my
I'm
God.
not gonna give away like
No,
47
okay.
different prizes.
2 claims. So we have the first person who claimed, the second person who claimed. We will let you both. We will notify both of you. Send us a message on Facebook with your address, and you will get something.
Yeah, or send it in whatever form you contacted us.
Right.
It can be the website, the email,
We will let
Gmail,
you know.
text us, Facebook, whatever. Anyway.
But the big thing about Lovecraftian horror was one of the things he centered on is beings and knowledge that are too detrimental to mankind's simple brain to comprehend. One of the stories he wrote that really just shook me very hard was about a gentleman who was lost. He was walking down the road and he stumbled upon a house, and when he went into the house, it was very decrepit, it was very falling apart, but there was a gentleman living in there, and he had a book that basically you figure out through reading it that the stories and the paintings in this book make you go insane, and the knowledge within the book makes you go insane, but what it does is it makes you want to eat people. It infects you with some strange insanity that just turns you into a cannibal. And
that's why you shouldn't read books.
because it'll just turn you into a cannibal, kids.
Yep.
But if you're unfamiliar with H.P. Lovecraft,
Cannibal Kids is also the Kids Bop version of Cannibal Corpse,
which is
incredible.
it's so good. If you think the Lullaby Cannibal Corpse was good, you got to check out Kids Bop Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
The cover was a little fucked up in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it was disgusting.
All those poor kids, they did not catch the baby.
God.
But H.P. Lovecraft's most famous story is the Call of Cthulhu. He created a whole race of beings called the Elder Gods. And what the Elder Gods are these strange cosmic beings that are older than time itself, who he basically had this whole concept written out in there. It's called the Elder God Mythos, and what it is it's stories about these different gods and what they are. They're cosmic beings greater than time, greater than space, who are too great and evil and malevolent for mankind to comprehend. And a lot of his stories involve men going mad over trying to comprehend, catch, or find these things. And so you find a lot of horror movies really influenced by this style of like beings that are greater than mankind's comprehension. Like, and it even breaks down into simpler things. Like the Alien movie, for example, is also one of note that I would say, simply because it perfectly blends the mix of sci-fi and horror together for what I felt was the very first time.
Yeah.
And it was about an otherworldly creature that was beyond man's comprehension that ultimately destroys them in the end.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of it is centered on. And so when you watch The Void, you see a lot of these, they call them Lovecraftian style monsters, which are just these disgusting, or I've seen it compared to Lovecraftian and then David Cronenberg as well, like Scanners, if you've ever seen that. Just these deformed bodily monsters that are made of human beings. And the one scene specifically in that movie is where the girl, like the nurse, like does the thing with her face, and then she starts turning into one of the things. That she turned into was way too much for me. Like when like the face was pushing against the window and she like slapped her hand up, like just the music and the tension in that scene. It's very well done. No, you don't get anything.
Fucking stop counting.
We're just gonna stop counting. Two of you have already won some shit. Don't get greedy.
Yeah. But yeah, I like I said.
What was your impression of what did you think overall?
I liked it.
What the only thing that I found would be very confusing to some people would be the ending of it.
Yes, that was my big thing.
To basically understand it, you need to understand that where like Lovecraftian elder gods come from is a place that is greater beyond man's comprehension, and through some of his stories, people gain great powers through coherence and knowledge of these beings, and so this is all too much. I know it's way too much.
But yeah, I watched it without. I'm aware of some of that, but not to that.
But the ending, basically, simply explained, is
don't spoil it.
Okay, I don't want to. We'll talk about it after the show.
Yeah, just watch it.
Check it out.
The one big thing I wanted to say about it was the effects are incredible, and I like a good amount of gore. And
what's good is it's practical effects, because too often movies rely on CGI these days.
Yeah, and that's how I felt about some of the ending. I was like, but a lot of the other shit was
very practical.
Yeah, very good.
The creature in the scene where he's like walking on his legs backwards, that's actually a method actor who has like it's like Marfan syndrome, I think, where he's very tall and very lanky, and he can like bend his body in that way. There's actually two actors in Hollywood right now who do these things. There's one who does that, and then there's a guy, he was the mother in Mama, and he was also the alien in the new Alien Covenant movie. Because he has such a unique tall, lanky body type that he can play these weird, tall, lanky characters.
Yeah. But yeah, it was definitely good. I enjoyed it for what it was worth. Like I said, I like the effects and the gore.
I highly recommend it. There's not a person I've sat and watched that movie with that wasn't insanely impressed by it. So check out The Void. Check it out on Netflix.
Yeah, it is on Netflix.
So you can get that nice 1080p stream.
Yeah, don't watch it on Fire unless you want to figure out whatever the fuck I'm
going to go home and try to watch that tonight, and I'm going to get back to you.
It's definitely the first result, and it says it is what that is, but it's not.
I will look into it.
My number 4, which is one I forgot about, and I don't know if it holds up as much as I'd like to believe it does, but it was the last movie that scared me. Like, it's The Ring. The Ring fucking...
The last time I watched that, I've only watched that movie once.
Yeah, I did for a long time, and then I did watch it more recently, and like I said, I don't think it holds up as much as it did when I saw it in theaters with my sister.
And so how old were you at the time? You were probably like about my age, like 12, 13,
I was going to say 12, 13.
What I did was...
12, 13 when I saw it. That was the first moving picture ever.
1078 Brick Squad.
It probably wasn't the last movie that scared me, and I'm not even like saying like jump scares, because I feel like that's a thing that happens a lot. That obviously will scare the shit out of you and startle you. This was the last movie where I was wearing like a beanie and I was like pulling it down over my face, and my sister was like, "Are you okay?" And she was even like fucking freaked out. And the best part about this movie that is like a fucking game changer, and someone should make a horror movie based off this alone, is it's early on in the movie when the first girl dies, and the woman who watches the film is at like the funeral, and she's talking to the mom, and the mom's like, "You didn't have to see her," and then fucking no music build up, nothing at all, dead girl in the closet, like just like that. if every horror movie didn't have the, because nowadays, if you watch an old horror movie, music buildup, something happens.
Yeah.
More recently, music buildup, nothing, comfort, then it happens.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking predictable that when like I watch new horror movies with people and they jump because of that, I'm like, you didn't see that
Like,
fucking coming?
yeah, honest to God, seriously.
Like in movies where like a fucking thing falls and there's no buildup, that startles me because I had no idea that was
because you're
coming.
a human being that's going to react naturally. That's what I can't stand about most modern horror, is that it relies on your natural human instincts to be scared, but not in a good way. Like, of course, a loud bang or something jumping out at you is going to freak you out.
Yeah, and like having that a bunch just shows like lazy writing.
That's why good hard like extreme tension or like music with good filmography. That's what freaks me out. It could even be just another shitty teenagers in a cabin in the woods story.
Yeah.
But if it's shot really well, it'll freak me out. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a lot to say. I feel like everyone's seen The Ring. It was like a very big movie when it came out.
As a young person, probably about your age, I watched a pirated copy of The Ring and The Grudge back to back.
Ooh, yeah.
Which just fucked me up with Japanese horror for the rest of my life, because like now most modern horror movies that are good don't come out of the Americas. You have to be willing to watch like foreign films
and I have
with
a bunch
subtitles.
to get into with that later.
One that I would want to just offhandedly mention is The Howling. Have you seen that one at all?
Yeah.
That was, oh my God, was that a good movie?
I've got
2.5 hours, but it was a long one.
I've got some good ones. But yeah, The Ring's good. There's obviously all the other parts that are very intense and creepy,
right?
And even Ringu, or however you would say it,
right?
Like the original.
Did you check out the new sequel Rings or whatever?
I actually did watch that.
Is it good?
I watched it as one of those things. I'm like sitting on my computer doing shit on like a Sunday, and I turned it on, and then I ended up getting pretty invested in it. It's not The Ring, but I'll say it was better than I was anticipating for a sequel made.
I think I watched the first 10 minutes on the Fire Stick and I just kind of turned it off.
Yeah.
I wasn't really.
If I would have like sat down to watch it, I probably would have done the same thing. But since I was like multitasking.
So you had to like skip through the shit parts.
Yeah, and then it kind of, it got going. It definitely was, a modern horror movie, and it wasn't really that great. It's no Ring, but I watched it and I wasn't like pissed. My fucking metrics are, am I pissed that I just wasted the time watching this, is really the main thing. Like, because I constantly feel like I don't have time to watch anything. So if I like dedicate an hour and a half of my time to a movie,
like I get pissed off if it gets wasted.
Yeah, if it sucks, I get pissed. So yeah, it was worth a watch. But yeah, Ring is great, and I feel like everyone's seen it.
Oh yeah, but it's still one of those.
Really,
it holds
that
up.
was the last one that fucking scared the shit out, like actually feeling genuine fear from a movie, not just being startled or being creeped out afterwards, like genuinely being like, fuck this, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Then my next one on the list is actually one of those for me, which was a film I watched probably back in 2011 called Grave Encounters.
Yeah, this was the other one I watched because I hadn't seen it.
And this was the one where, is this the one where you got disappointed?
No, I was more...
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. My thing about Grave Encounters was, at the time, this was when found footage movies really started to take their footing.
As I was watching it, because I seen it came out in 2011, the main thing I took away from it was like, this was probably sick in 2011.
And that's what it was.
It's not as great nowadays.
Right, because I actually rewatched it recently, and I was like, okay, it's not as scary as when the thing about it at the time was I was in a house that I was 98% positive was haunted in some way or form. There was just like a lot of creepy shit that happened in that house, and I, of course, being a habitual insomniac, was just up all night watching movies. And my girlfriend at the time went to bed, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna check this out, Grave Encounters, this looks pretty cool. And it's, if you haven't seen it, it's your typical trope where it's like, okay, you have a crew from a paranormal investigator show.
Yeah, it has the whole
and they're
intro.
going into the most haunted place
this
you've
is
ever
the footage
heard
we
of.
found, and it's untouched.
Right, you know, and
even
it's
though
like,
there's so many things where you're like, this wouldn't be how it would be if it was
exactly
untouched footage.
And so but the thing about it is, it's that type of style, but it's just done really well. It's one of those examples where it's like, okay, yeah, this is found footage horror, but it's done in such a good way that it's really effective. Because honest to God, one of the things that scares me most in the world is being trapped in somewhere and not being able to get out. That's one of those weird primal fears. And so they get in for the first night and they're like walking around and they like take the pictures and you see like the people in the window and stuff.
Yeah.
But like where it really started to get uncomfortable for me was where like it just wouldn't get daytime outside.
Yeah,
and, like,
I did
it was
like
just
that.
perpetually night, and then like the food in the cooler was rotten.
Yeah. I did like the
as it keeps going, it does get a little trite. Like the scene with the dude in the bathtub, though, that freaked me the fuck out.
That was good.
But like per usual, the ending didn't really hold up. Where like there was like it was just like with the gas at the end.
I kind of seen where that was going.
But
not to spoil.
But that part at the end where like with the doctor and stuff, that's what freaked me out. Because it just ends so abruptly after that, where he's like, Thank you. And like. I just remember being in my house. It was like 3 a.m. and everything was just quiet. Like the movie turned off, and I just sat there for like 10 minutes in the dark, just like thinking about all the fucked up shit I just watched.
A lot of movies too are very dependent on like your atmosphere when you watch them. Like
and that's
if you
my
watch
big
something,
thing is atmosphere.
especially if you're like, I'll be home alone and it'll be night, and I'll put something on. And I'm like, this is way creepier than it would be if it was like sunny out and I was with
like
someone
daytime.
else. Because that's, and I think that was one of the good things about the movie is like the feeling of like, even when you're a kid and you're scared and you're like, I'll go to bed and when I wake up it'll be day and nothing's that scary during the day.
Right,
so that them never being able to get out and it perpetually being night makes it more of a creepy atmosphere.
Right.
It was good, and like I said, the big thing I took from it was like, this was probably sick when it came out.
Right,
and now that's just such a fucking overdone thing with
so
the
many
found
times.
footage is a fucking nightmare now. Like stop doing that.
Very rarely do I see it work out well anymore. There was one movie I watched called Willow Creek, which was actually produced and directed by Bobcat Goldthwait of all people. You've seen it?
No, I was gonna watch it and then I never got around to it. The story of my life.
The basic premise is there's a couple that go out into the woods. They're filming their camping trip, and then it's like a Bigfoot horror movie.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of unique sense.
That's what turned me off of it.
See, it's pretty good for the most part. It's not great, but the ending of it is so weird and fucked that it's like it almost makes it worth watching the whole thing.
I'll have to check it out.
I will say that's one of the few found footage horror movies where the ending actually held up. Like The Gallows, fucking hated that movie because I went and saw it in the theaters. I watched it the whole time, and there was like 2 parts where I was like, okay, this is creepy and I like it.
After we get through our top 5, I want to get into 2 movies I saw in the theaters that I forever will have a vendetta against. They owe me something, and we're gonna put some shit on blast.
Oh, you're gonna get some air horns today.
Yeah.
Get ready, Hollywood. The Dapper Dads are coming after you.
My number 3, this top 3 are like fucking God, I love these movies. Number 3, Return of the Living Dead. It's so fucking good.
It is a flawless movie.
And it's exactly what you expect. It's very 80s, like outrageously.
But that's
80s.
what makes it so good, though.
I know. I saw this when I was like 15 or something, and I was so into punk music. And it's such a punk like fucking...
Well, because it's like how much did like punk in the 80s like get off of a horror movies, like,
and it gives back. And then the girl with the titties out in the graveyard was like,
that's like our exact aesthetic is girls with titties out in the graveyard. Aesthetics. Slow Pump's album came out today. If you haven't checked that bullshit out,
I did.
Oh man,
it is what it is.
Yeah, it's scatable.
But Return of the Living Dead, and there's so many of the Dead movies, you know what I mean?
Right.
That it's kind of like I feel like it will turn people off just because. And there's also Return of the Living Dead 2 and Return of the Living Dead 3 and all the other of the Dead movies.
Right.
This is probably one of my favorite of the Dead zombie movies. It's done so well. Oh, it's just fucking...
It set the bar for other zombie movies. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have The Walking Dead today if we didn't have Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
R.I.P. George Romero. Because goddamn,
exactly.
we lost a real treasure.
And that's what I like about this one is it's not so much like Night of the Living Dead. It's kind of fun and silly and titties out in the graveyard.
Right.
And then it's like, holy shit.
Well, to me...
And even the main zombie is like very like... cartoony.
Well, a good horror movie to me doesn't take itself so seriously. You know, to me, some of the best horror movies are ones where you can get a little bit of a joke out of it. You know, because to me, when I think, because I like suspenseful horror, like that's my thing. But when I think of like a genuine, like a true horror movie, it's got some camp to it. It's got to be a little goofy. Because I mean, think back on the franchises, like the Halloween franchise. Nightmare on Elm Street franchises.
Yeah,
like
I want to get into that.
Like they're good, but like there's some goofiness to them that makes them kind of funny. You know, like all the ways that Freddy Krueger kills you. You know, some of them you're just kind of like, okay,
eventually
like,
it's just ridiculous.
Like Jason in space. Like,
oh my god, that's one. Yes, we'll get into that. That's one of my favorite movies movies ever.
I will never call it Jason X. I will only call it Jason in Space.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, the good thing about Return of the Living Dead is I feel like it can go either way if you want like a good horror movie or if you just want to watch like a very cheesy 80s horror movie. I think it's both, and it's not one-sided on either of those. So even if you're like going into it just to laugh at it and look at how ridiculous it is, it's fucking fantastic for that. If you want like a good old zombie movie that definitely influenced the genre and everything that we get nowadays, it's fucking that too. And if you just want titties in the graveyard, Mohawk
It's the
bitch,
place to
it's that
go.
one. She's got flares.
Oh, I know. Like, you're
I watched that
please.
so much.
Like,
as a
it's
kid.
not burned into my brain.
God, I want a shirt of it. Anyway,
Poster for the dungeon.
yes.
Oh man, just like right there on the wall.
We won't get any work done. I'll flip
be
this
doing
table over.
Doing a hard towel scrub. We're not gonna get into that.
No, not yet. So
The next choice on my list that I wanted to talk about is there's actually the reason this one is on the list is actually really funny, but it's still effectively scary. So it's The Descent, if you've ever seen it. This plays into my fear of being trapped in places where I can't get out of, and I think this is where that fear came from, because if you haven't seen it, the basic premise is a group of girls go splunking, which is cave diving, if you're unfamiliar with the term.
I was into something else. And the movie was good enough to make me forget about it, but girls splunking on Google doesn't get what I'm really looking for.
It turns out you just get the Descent movie. You do not get what you're looking for. But it's about 30 minutes of buildup before they finally get to the monsters in the movie. And
I feel like it's even longer than that, but you can't forget the girl who's going through the shit. What was it? Did her boyfriend die? Or what was it?
Well, we don't want to give it away.
Well, yeah, but something traumatic happens
something
to a woman,
very
and that's
traumatic
kind of
happens to this
where
woman.
like the main basis.
Yeah,
and she has like visions of shit, and that's some of the best fucking jump scare
Yeah.
shit. That's
Oh,
actually
it's
like
so good.
sincere and well done. Because there's the one scene with the. We're not going to spoil it, but yeah, it's not what that looks like. She's not sucking all the dicks. But yeah, watch it for that, because it takes a while to get there.
But when
there's
it
some
does,
shit.
oh my god!
I saw this in theaters when it came out with my parents.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was very young, and this was, I feel like, one of the first movies where they were like, the gore is outlandish.
Yeah,
like I
they're just
remember
like,
when
we don't give a shit anymore.
yeah, when Saw came out, everyone was like, fucking, it's just gore. Which now I've seen some movies that make Saw look like
just a fucking kids movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and this was one of them. I remember being very, very heavy on the gore and like the graphicness, and it's
There's
fucking great. It's why I want movies with the most fucked up.
The scene
shit.
that shook me the hardest in that movie is where they first get down there and they realize that they're trapped, and the girl's like, can't anybody hear us? And it's the video camera, and then the thing is right behind her,
and they all start making out.
No, the scene where they kill those girls, and then they're like ripping their guts out, and they're like, ooh, ooh, and they're like making the weird like animal noise, like that. Ugh, like I still can't like watch that.
Yeah, I feel like
scene.
we're already spoiling it.
I mean, I don't even care. Like, if you haven't seen a movie that came out in 2008 by now, you're probably not going to watch it.
True.
There's too much shit that comes out.
It.
You should go watch it if you haven't
I
seen
rewatched it probably last year or something, just because I was like, I remember this being.
What makes this movie in my top 3 is that I remember as a kid, my sister and I were two very different people. Like, what I get from... Fuck them. What I get from you is that you and your sister had like a really cool relationship because you guys were into a lot of the same things.
Yeah, shout out my sister.
Shout out your sister.
She shaped me into this man I am today.
That was the weakest flex I've ever seen in my life.
I wasn't really trying. My back hurts. I'm old.
But
34.
My sister and I were very, very different people growing up, and I was constantly trying to do things to like bond with my sister and like show her things, and she still insists I did this as an evil thing, and I tell her constantly, I'm like, no, it's because I wanted to share with you the things I was into.
Oh my god, I just remembered a great story that'll fit in on this
after this.
All right.
And so I was like, come on, let's watch this movie, it's called The Descent, and she was like probably like 10 or 11 at the time. Like,
perfect.
And so I was like,
show a 10 or 11-year-old The Descent.
well, I was like 13, I didn't know any better.
Yeah, I was telling people to do that.
Yeah.
We sincerely, the Dapper Dads, must recommend showing children
The Descent.
The Descent.
And so it's like, that first 30, 40 minutes where they're splunking, she's like, I don't like this. This
I don't
is
like
weird.
girls splunking.
I love
girls splunking. I'm 13. All I know is girls splunking.
I got nothing for that. Like, I don't even have a response to that.
You shouldn't.
God, just disappointment, regret. But and so like we're watching it, and then it gets to the scene where they're like, "Help us! Can somebody help us?" And she's like, she's like
crying.
She's like freaking out, and then it like pops up and the shit starts happening. Loud, exaggerated sobbing is what followed because she, as a child, could not handle that kind of stuff. And still as an adult today, like she won't watch Game of Thrones because she got to season 2 where like they were torturing people and she's like, I just can't do it. I just can't watch it. It's too much.
See, that's all I want.
That's all I want. Yeah.
Gore.
And so like,
send me your goriest movie.
Send
I've probably
me
seen it.
If you send
I know what the main one
if you
is.
send 14 times, I'm not gonna fucking watch that movie again. I refuse to watch that movie again.
Don't go watch that. We should just bleep that.
Yeah, no, I don't even want to suggest what bleep it because I don't even
Yeah.
want people to know what movie that is. But if you send me this movie, I'm gonna stop being friends with you.
Yeah, the
because
people who know, and I feel like it's one that could fuck up someone's head too much.
it could fuck
to,
up somebody's life if you're not
I
careful.
recommend it. I loved it. But
Yeah, it was a great movie. I'm not gonna say it wasn't,
it's
but like
fucking so well done.
it's
that
so well done,
It
but
shouldn't
like
be that well done.
I don't want others to. I don't want
know.
people I love to know
I've
I watched
seen it 3 times.
Jesus,
I show people. It's like that fun game.
you are the worst human being. I've
Anyway,
ever met.
memory of my sister. Yeah, we were super close, and we were into like horror movies. We used to drive around listening to Misfits in the
Good
the
shit.
fall, which I'm
Good
doing right
shit.
now because
Hell
it
yeah.
reminds me of my childhood. And yeah, we're like super into horror movies. She went with me to see my number 1 movie, which we'll get to shortly. And do you remember? It was a big thing. I don't even remember. This was a long time ago. Some OG internet shit. The haunted car commercial.
Oh God, where it's
Yeah.
like the nice road. And
Yeah,
like,
the big S road. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had never experienced the phenomena
of a jump scare.
videos online on YouTube or whatever. This was on some fucking weird ass site. So it was before
4chan.
this was like pre 4chan.
No, 4chan's always existed.
No,
in
this
some way,
was-
shape, or form. Sodom and
this-
Gomorrah existed at one point, didn't it?
This was probably like almost 15 years ago or something. This was like a long time ago.
Isn't it scary how fast the internet has
Yeah.
grown since then?
So I was like up early in the morning and like going to school, and like this was what ruined my trust with my sister, and also I think one of the last things that sincerely scared the fucking shit out of me, and probably why I'm so jaded, because she like had a laptop. She's sitting in the chair in our living room, and she's like, I saw this video last night. Someone sent it to me, and it's like this creepy ghost thing. And I'm like fully into it, like, yeah, sure. So she shows me, and I'm kneeled down in front of the chair. And she's like, I got to make it big, and you got to listen close because there's like a weird crackling.
This is
she was-
evil.
She fucking sold it, which, like I said, I like believed anything
And
she'd say.
that's because that was the culture at the time.
Yeah, and so she's like, right when it gets to the middle of the S in between the 2 trees, you got to look super close and listen close, and you'll see a little ghost, and let me know if you think it's real. So I'm fucking full, like
You are convinced.
I don't even believe anything anymore because the last time I believed something this much,
This
is
happened.
what I got. So I'm like on my knees, face against the computer screen. She has it turned up listening, and I'm waiting, and I'm pumped, and I have it in my head what I thought it was going to look like.
You're gonna see like the little ghost.
It's just going to
and
be
everything.
like a little fogginess, and I thought maybe it wouldn't even be real. It's this jump scare bullshit. Zombie bitch comes up,
Just
screams so
screams.
loud. It knocked me on my ass, and I started crying
I am
because it
so-
scared me so.
I'm gonna give your
fucking
sister a hug next time I
bad.
see her because that's fantastic.
She felt so bad because my reaction was like, I'll never forget that. That was the fucking craziest shit ever. And yeah, now I can't watch anything and be scared because I was
Because you were knocked on your
I
ass.
was shown
by it.
that. Yeah.
You knocked your head on the way down and something disconnected.
yeah, my
Do you
life
have a disconnect in your brain where you can't understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
to you?
saw a weird movie with a ghost. Not even a movie, a short film. Not even a short film, a commercial.
fucking joke commercial.
Anyway, so my number 2 is Dead Snow 2.
Oh man. Well, can we group both Dead Snows together?
I would.
Because the first Dead Snow got me so
this
fucked
is
up.
this is what I wanted to discuss. It's specifically Dead Snow 2 because it's better. Dead Snow 1 is incredible.
It's a 10 out of 10 in my book.
Yeah. And like it's very graphic and it's very, very well done. It's incredible.
The outhouse scene in that one was the one that told me.
I love the scene where
the
they're
window
just
scene
ripping at the end when it just gets crazy. And yeah, this was another great one that scared me because I used to download torrents of movies and I had heard about this, so I watched it. And at the very beginning, I used to watch them just to make sure they were good. So it's not a split situation where you get another movie. And I would burn them on a DVD and watch them. And at the beginning, there's a very good jump scare when it's going through the woods. 1 is incredible, no doubt about that. Would have been great if they never made a number 2. Number 2 has some of the funniest moments
and
of
it's so
any
good.
fucking horror movie ever. The fucking guy that they keep taking and bringing back to life is the best character in any movie, hands down.
Well, because that's the guy from the first one who had the hand thing, right?
No, it's just like a random that's
right,
the guy. Yeah, he realizes he can bring people back with the arm. So they bring back this guy and they just keep using him. At one point they have to get the car out of like a ditch, so they just use him and like lay him down and run over him and he dies and they just keep bringing him back. So throughout the movie he gets progressively more
like
fucked up and he keeps going like, "Oh," and like can't talk anymore. And I can't even I've tried to explain that alone to people.
And you can't. You just have to watch it.
Good. Watch it just for that. Like I said, if you want to talk about a movie that's the perfect balance of like horror and funny and gore, it's good. It's definitely like more funny and like ridiculous than the first one's very serious throughout. Very well done.
What I would equate it to would be a challenger to the Evil Dead series, because Evil Dead 1 was so good it would have been fine if there was no more. Yeah. But then the second one was that good mix of comedy and horror.
And Evil Dead 2 is basically just Evil Dead 1 again because they got money. So it's essentially the same thing. But yeah, it does have like the perfect amount, and I fucking was crying laughing at just that one character. So God, if I can tell you, if I can give you one movie to watch out of my top 5, it would probably be that one, just because I feel like no one watches that movie, and it's so fucking great. Yes.
So Dead Snow 1, really watch them back to back so you can get the full story.
Dead Snow 2 is also good at like explaining itself.
Right.
If you hadn't seen it, it's a lot of flashbacks, and there's like Dead Snow 1 isn't that complex of a movie you would have to see it, but it is a great movie. So if you've got time, watch both. If you have to pick one, watch 2.
Just watch 2.
Fucking hilarious and incredible.
What that leaves me with my top 1 movie, and I'm worried that this is the one that's going to disappoint me.
Is it? I thought you had 2 left.
No, I'm to my top 1 now.
No,
I have some honorable mentions.
No, because I went first and I'm on my second, so this should be your second.
1, 2, no, I know how to count.
Let me see.
Because I talked about The Void, The Ring. No, that's one that I skipped. I skipped
didn't.
one.
Yeah. See?
Okay,
who's fucking right now cutting your mic off? Anyway, my number 1 horror movie is Fast Finger Slim and nothing at all.
The snuff film I'm gonna make after this episode.
Yeah.
I can't believe I skipped over this one. This one will definitely be my number 2 though. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yes.
I don't even know how highly I can praise this movie. This movie was actually the very first movie that scared the hell out of me.
I've ever seen. I was 3 years old.
No, I wasn't 3. I was very, very young. I think I was like 8 years old, and I had just started getting into horror movies as a child. And I was talking to my dad, and I was like, "Oh, this movie's so scary. I saw this, and it was so scary." He goes, "Oh, you want to watch a scary movie, huh?"
Well, you get the dad recommendation. That's the only reason I want to have kids, just to be like, "Oh, you think
let me fuck you up with my movie recommendation.
You want to see a horror movie?" It's like 5, and I show him the bleeped out movie.
So John Carpenter's The Thing. My dad was like, "Oh, you want a scary movie?" Rented the VHS for me at the video store. Oh yeah, doesn't that take you back?
Yeah, I got a whole long thing. This episode's probably going to get long because I have a lot of things I want to get back to.
No, same. What freaked me out is, if you've never seen John Carpenter's Thing, there's a lot of setup in the beginning with a dog. The dog is very, very central to the premise in the beginning.
Well, technically, we touched on this last episode.
We did, yeah. So if you've been listening, the dog's face splits open and transforms into
like a dick with a cue ball in it. If you haven't been listening, maybe you should.
Maybe you should check out our Would You Rather
maybe
episode.
You shouldn't.
I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. But when the dog's face split open, my mom opened the door and let my dog in to jump up on the bed.
Oh, God.
Which just freaked me out so much that I turned the damn movie off. several years after that, I was probably like 11. That's when I started really like getting really heavy in the horror movies as a young teenager.
I have a good story.
And I was over at his house and I was like, hey, can we try watching The Thing again? I never finished it as a kid. Because I remember I called him after I watched it. I was like, I put the VHS in the mailbox. Can you come get it and just return it?
I had to get it out of the house.
I don't even want it in my room. But where he was staying at the time, we watched The Thing, and it was just such a good movie. It came from that time when practical effects were just used. There was no CGI in it. Everything about it is terrifying. It fulfills my every need. Being trapped in some place, cosmic monster horrors, crazy shit. And Kurt Russell, man, what a goddamn fine actor. Shout out. I've never seen anything with Kurt Russell. Another good Kurt Russell horror film to check out would be Jesus. Good thing we're not giving away more shit.
Yeah, just letting them go. It's a free-for-all.
If I was to recommend another movie that Kurt Russell is in, just really quick, I don't want to get into it, but Bone Tomahawk is something you should definitely check out with Kurt Russell in it. It's a Western horror movie, but not like a shitty Western horror movie like they make, like a damn good Western horror cannibal movie. So if those three things pique your interest, Bone Tomahawk is a movie to check out.
For some reason, I just remembered that one time I watched I think it's more of like a dramatic horror movie with Kevin Bacon. He wears a Dead Kennedy shirt.
Was it
and he
Tremors?
shows his dick in it. No, it wasn't Tremors.
Was it Friday the 13th?
No, he shows his dick. In
What
this
movie was it?
I don't know. Someone tell us. It was
If
one of
you've
those.
seen the horror movie where Kevin Bacon shows his dick, you let us
I think
know.
it's more of like a thriller. I don't think it's like very scary, but he shows his dick and he wears a Dead Kennedy shirt at one point. Two things I took away from it.
Something that definitely inspired you.
Yeah, changed my life. My number one movie, drum roll, bitch. And this is the one that every time I bring this up with people who watch real horror movies, this fucks all you old heads up. Dawn of the Dead, 2004 remake. Motherfucker.
Why? Because I'll agree with you.
It's so good. My main thing, original Dawn of the Dead, nowadays, boring. And slow.
Mm-hmm.
So slow. Dawn of the Dead remake, it just fucking from the fucking beginning.
It's just so
the
brutal.
The girl in the house
Yep.
is like 10 minutes in and it doesn't stop. It's relentless. You get the fucking zombie baby.
Yeah.
You get
man, that fucked me up the
so
first
much
time I
shit.
saw that.
The fucking kills when he takes like the pool cue and sticks it through the head.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking well done. It was like
It's like that good over the top gore.
yeah, it's so well done. It's one of my dreams is being in a mall as well. I love the fucking montage of them just fucking around in the mall, spray painting the one guy's fucking the girl on the bike.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's so good. And I'm not a huge fan of like the fast running zombies. And that was like around the era where everyone was like, are we gonna let this happen?
Like when 28 Days Later came out.
Yeah.
And shit, yeah.
And I do agree, but it makes it more fast paced. I saw this in theaters, and when it gets really into the action, they're leaving the mall. The film burned on the screen. And we were all like, oh, and someone went and got a guy. So they came in, they're like, we got to skip ahead, but we're going to keep it going. So they skip from them leaving the mall to like the propane tank scene. And I'm like, I feel like we've been
things. Cheated.
And so they keep it going and then it burns again. And they're like, we're just going to give you a ticket.
And you can come back and see it another time.
And I think that's probably also why it was so great, because there was like a week of me not being able to go to the theaters.
Right.
Like, how does it end?
Oh, God, that would kill me.
And then I had to go watch the whole thing again to see the ending, and I was still like hyped on it. And I feel like it does have a good ending. It is like, you can kind of see it coming like a lot of horror movies.
But it
just
satisfying.
leaves it with like, everything's fucked. I like horror movies where it's like, everything's fucked. There's no resolution.
I do not like happy resolutions in movies. I don't like happy resolutions, and I don't like conventional resolutions. Like I
don't like the you don't know what happened.
No, I like that.
It could be bad.
I like it when you have to make your own conclusions for movies.
I just like when there's no hope.
Yeah,
like
that's
real life.
Life's getting dark, and it is not going to start getting bright.
But yeah, definitely Dawn of the Dead. I fucking love that movie. I've seen it so many times. I watch it every year. And I would recommend it, yeah, especially if you're like very with the conventional. Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead is also a fucking slow burning. It doesn't hold up at all with the shit we have nowadays. And that's one of the biggest things with old horror movies. Old movies in general, I feel that way. But old horror movies are like, we've just come so far that this can't hold up.
Right,
like, it's so slow. And it's like in the original one, like Screwdriver in the ear is like the epitome of the movie.
Right,
and you're
it's like, okay.
It looks so shitty and terrible.
They just glued a screwdriver hammer to somebody's head and like
if you put those movies against each other, if you like showed the Dawn of the Dead remake to the people in the 70s,
They
like
just
dicks would have flown off their bodies
God.
and went around the room like a balloon. And that's what, like, and I'll say I don't really like remakes. I don't really like horror movie remakes.
Picturing 1,000 days flying around like
Just
helicopters.
dicks flying. I don't really like remakes. That's one of the few that's fucking held up like a motherfucker.
No, absolutely. But speaking of the Thing prequel that they made was just hot garbage, and I couldn't fucking stand it because it was
the
all
only
CGI.
the only other remake that I stand strongly for, Evil Dead remake, was very
Oh,
good.
Evil Dead remake was where it was at. It was far more brutal than the original
which
one.
is what I wanted. Like, and Evil Dead, the original, is great. It's not like Dawn
Oh
of the
no,
Dead.
I'm never gonna say
Original
it's not great.
Evil Dead is great.
Bruce
Evil
Campbell
Dead
is a
2,
personal hero, let's be real.
Evil Dead 2 is incredible. Army of Darkness is great.
Oh man, I'm gonna go
the
home and
Evil
watch that
Dead
one tonight.
remake was fucking. Oh, it was good too. Yeah.
My number one choice, and this is one people are gonna like. Fuck. This is a movie you either love or you loathe. There is nobody who's ever seen this. There's nobody who's ever seen this movie and gone, I was indifferent about it. The Witch.
Yeah.
The biggest reason people do not like this movie is because of the dialogue. And it's because in this movie, the dialogue is what is technically called Middle English, which is
Gibberish.
which is the English language between when we came over from Europe and like early America. So it was like the first American language. So there's a lot of these and thous and stuff like that. And my thing is I can listen to that. And
Thee thou sucketh thee dick. Like, I remember that from the movie.
They did not say sucketh the dick.
I
in the movie.
watched 10 minutes of this movie and I turned it the fuck off.
And that's what people do.
Because you have told me, and I respect your opinion, and another person who I highly regard was like, that's the greatest movie ever. I got into it, 10 minutes, I don't like old-timey shit. It
get
fucking
that.
just couldn't
I
even
need you to
begin
watch the
do it.
first 20 minutes. I need you to watch
I got
10 more.
10 and it
I
blew.
need you to watch 10 more minutes because, okay, here's what happened. This movie.
Can I jump forward? Can you give me a starting point where I don't need
I
the
will go
fucking-
home. I will pop in my Blu-ray copy, and I will go to the specific moment that you should watch that will sell
Okay.
you on this movie.
All right, I will do it again
Because
for you.
here's what happened. I watched this movie in the theater with a group of about 10 people. One of these people was someone whose opinion I hold very high and whose opinion of films is usually on par with mine. We usually will watch movies and we'll both have the same opinion about it. We watched it. Nobody spoke during the whole movie, which is incredible for one. And I thought it's because everybody was in awe of the movie because my one friend and I, we were sitting there and I'm dying. My one friend and I, we were watching it, and I could just tell by looking at his face, he was just enthralled in this movie. And there's a scene that happens 20 minutes in, which is one of the most graphic, brutal scenes I have ever seen, surpassing that one movie we don't want to talk about.
Really?
This is on par with something that would happen in that movie. It involves a baby. I'll tell you that much. So if you've seen the movie, you know exactly which scene I'm talking about. This is about 20 minutes into the movie. And so like I'm watching it, it's the beginning where they're like talking and then they're like in the woods and like the music is weird and stuff. But then this scene happened and I was like, no, this is something really special. I was like, this is going to be a different kind of movie. I can already tell. And what is so great about the movie, and you really just need to, it's a thinking movie. You can't just put it on when you're like doing something else. You have to sit down and just dedicate yourself to the film. What's interesting about it is one of the things I've seen it compared as is a early American horror movie. So like if you were in the early Americas, this is what you would consider to be a horror movie because this is what early American Christians were afraid of. They were afraid of an evil witch in the woods who would come and steal their babies and rot their crops and all this other stuff, which to us is like, that's a bunch.
Who fucking cares?
Well, to us, it's like, yeah, witches aren't fucking. Well, they're real, but they're not like flying on.
No, we
broomsticks.
burned them all.
They're
And
not
if
like
we didn't, let's get back to it.
Get 'em, Dapper Dad, Salem Witch Trials of 2017, coming this Christmas season.
Yeah.
But it's a. There's just so many. I could talk about this movie for like an hour. I'm
I
not
know
even
you
kidding.
could.
It's one of the things that's exhibited throughout the movie, which I would like you to try to keep a note of if you do rewatch it, is that each character in the movie exhibits one of the 7 deadly sins at some point in the movie, which is something someone pointed out to me, which warranted a rewatch. So you see one of the characters, succumbs to gluttony, another one of them succumbs to greed, and all this other stuff. But it's not like direct ways. Like, you don't just see like some kid show.
Not like 7, which also.
Oh man,
7 is incredible. I don't know if that's so much of a horror
I would
movie.
consider that a suspense, like a very suspenseful drama.
That movie is fucking incredible.
It's fucking good.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in
The
the
next
box?
20 minutes is us just asking what's
Just
in the box.
screaming what's in the
God,
box.
that movie's good. When they think the
Splice
guy's
in him
dead,
saying what's in the box.
I will. For
Good.
the rest, it's just gonna loop.
Good.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box? Give me the gun.
When they think that guy's dead, that's a life-changing scene.
Where they find the fat guy, that was a life-changing scene.
I like
for
that
me.
one, but when they think the guy's dead with all the trees,
Oh god.
whew,
Yeah.
go watch that if you
Man,
haven't.
if you haven't seen 7,
that.
what are you doing with your life even?
God.
But it's a movie where if I feel like I would encourage you to watch it with subtitles, because the biggest,
I don't know how to read.
Interesting. One of the
Very interesting.
when we left the theater, I was in awe. Like, at the very ending of it, what the biggest message I gained from the movie is that it was endorsed by the Satanic Church. And the reason it was endorsed by the Satanic Church wasn't because it was like, oh, this is like a Hail Satan kind of movie. It does involve the devil. It does involve practical old evil. But they endorsed it because really what I felt the movie, it had a very, very strong empowering message to it, which is that if you can push your way through your fears and push your way through the things in life that you feel are hindering you and pushing you down, you can come out even more powerful on the other side of that. And you can come out with that power that's always been within yourself. It's not something that people can give you. The power to be your own person and overcome your fears is something that you pull from within yourself. It's not something that people are going to give you. It's not something that experience is going to give you. It's something that you have to have an almost Nirvana-like moment about, where you were like, this is me, this is where my strength comes from within myself. And when you realize that you have your own power and that you are what it takes to overcome these terrifying things that hold you back in life, you can truly be free to do anything that you want. And to me, that's the message I got from the movie. So not only was it an effective horror film that showed me one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen in my entire life, it was a fantastic allegory. It was a fantastic timepiece. And it was the overall resolution and final just message of the movie for me. It was one of those ones where I kept thinking about it, and the more I thought about it, the more I enjoyed it. But as I was leaving the theater, my friend and I were just like, wow, just what a goddamn good movie. And everybody's like, that was a bunch of fucking garbage. I couldn't understand what they were saying the whole time. And hand of God, this guy I was with, and I've never respected this person ever. He is like, okay, you know how like when you think of people who are like into like the most basic forms of entertainment,
Yeah.
like people who watch like, they're like, oh, the Fast and the Furious are the greatest movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And they listen to like whatever's on the radio, they like those kind of people.
Whatever's still
That's who this person is. And we're walking out of the theater, and he goes, man, that was a bunch of garbage. It wasn't even scary, and I couldn't understand it. But Gods of Egypt, that looks like a good movie. I'm gonna go see that on opening night. And I literally was like, you're a fucking moron. I was like, and that's my thing about it. I'm not gonna like degrade people if they like go into a movie where you have to think about it and they're like, I didn't like it, because what a lot of people do for movies is to just escape,
turn off.
Right, it's a movie where you can just get lost in a story for a couple of hours, be happy, and then like walk out of the theater. The Witch is a movie where you have to take in every detail and you have to consider everything that's happening in the movie to get the overall experience for it. And so I'm not saying that like I don't want to sound pretentious and be like, oh, it's too smart for people, they won't get it. But you have to put in the work to really get the experience out of it. And for me, that's the nail in the coffin for what makes it my favorite horror movie, is that it's something that not only provokes thought and conversation, it's something that you have to actually work for. Like, I know we talk about on the show all the time how we want like people to be involved with us and interact with us. That's how this movie is for me. It's something where you can look into it and you can get as deep into it as you want, or you can just brush it off and just be like, well, I can't understand what they're saying, and
This is me.
it wasn't fucking fun. It wasn't fucking good. But as your Dapper dad, I would encourage you to give this movie a rewatch. I will purposefully look up what time that scene comes in just for you.
All right. I'll get into it.
If you would rewatch it, it would mean a lot to me.
I'll look into it.
If anybody out there has watched like the first 10 minutes of The Witch and decided to turn off, please please give it another chance. It's this is the only movie that I have that I believe in. Like, I believe in this.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I believe in this movie. It's like, as a form of entertainment, it's like, this is where it's at, you know? So if you're willing to give it a chance, if you're willing to have an open mind, and you're willing to get into a project where you have to think about it a little bit, you'll be very rewarded by watching The Witch.
Beautiful. I hate to be that guy, but I'm about to piss my pants, so we're going to take a break. Hold on. All right, thanks for waiting there.
Fucking up the whole show
Popped
for
out a
everybody.
hot piss.
Had such a good flow going, and you fucked everything up.
Yeah, you were like really getting into it, and the
Sorry,
whole time
bastard.
I was like, I gotta fucking piss.
Planet
Speaking
piss.
of,
so that's our top 10.
yes, go watch all of them
Go watch all of them if you've
in
seen
one
them.
day and report back.
Yeah, take a whole day off and just watch.
Do a
48 hours
do a
worth of
Dapper
movie.
Dad's movie binge of all those movies. And we're going to touch on some other fun ones and not so fun ones, because your theater story reminded me. Have you ever seen the movie? I believe it's called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Of course. The Guillermo the new one or the old one?
The new one, I think.
Regrettably, yes, I've seen the new one.
Yeah. So I went with a girl to the movies. She was like, "You want to go see this movie?" I'm like, "Sure, let's fucking do it." Horror movie. I like some of his other work.
Nothing like taking girls to horror movies.
Yep, taking a horror to a horror movie.
That's my MO.
I got loud. So yeah, she's like, "You want to go?" So we watch it. The first opening sequence is incredible. I will spoil this movie so no one else has to deal with.
Yeah,
what
no,
I had
I
to
am
deal
so
with.
mad that I had to sit down and watch it.
The beginning scene where he trips the bitch to go downstairs and then like knocks her teeth out. I'm like, fuck yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a
This
good,
is
strong
beautiful.
movie.
And then I went in blind, didn't read anything about it. And then the opening credits all have teeth. So I turned to her and I was like, "Is this about the Tooth Fairy?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, "All right."
Liar.
She had no idea either, and understandably,
She knew. She was
wouldn't. Yeah, she was. So we get like halfway through, and the best thing about horror movies, how you know you got a real bad movie in general, is if the main character at some point has to go to someone and that person explains what's going on.
Yes.
That's the laziest writing. That's what happened. She's like, "I'll go to the library," and the librarian's like, "Are you dealing with this?" And it's at this point, it's very clear that it's about the Tooth Fairy.
And
so
like
I'm not even watching the movie. I'm just staring at this
And
bitch.
at that point, in whatever movie this is, they show up to the library and they've got like the hoodie with the black hood up, and they've got like the bags under their eyes, and they're like, "Oh, are you the one who moved into that haunted house down in 1402 Terrace Drive?"
Yeah, if any movie you're watching does that, just turn it off, because it clearly, like, they wrote it and everyone was like, "We don't know what's going on," so they're like, "Well, we'll just have someone explain it."
Well, how do you feel about in instances like, okay, you've seen Sinister, I assume.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it in that way? Because like that kind of got explained like three quarters of the way through. Like he was like doing research.
The
on
movie
the house
was,
and stuff.
yeah, if they're doing general research and the movie, like, that's a very like graphic movie right off the bat.
Yeah.
It's like, watch this family burn and watch this family hang.
The marketing
That
for it
can
was
get me
incredible.
into it. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good movie. I don't know if I finished it. I also watched it with a girl, and I don't know if I got through it. But yeah, the fucking old Tooth Fairy bullshit. That's all I have, is it's fucking terrible. Another movie that I don't even recall the name of, it's an exorcism movie, because those are the movies that really creep me out.
Yeah.
And I'll spoil it too. Spoiler alert for whatever it even is.
Yeah.
It ends and it's a black screen and it says, "Visit this website for more information." Do you
hate
remember
that.
whatever that movie was? It's a couple
I've
years
seen like
back.
10. It was like was it
I saw it in theaters.
and it was like a possession movie?
Yeah,
Was
and
it
it
the
was
right?
Might have
With
been.
Anthony Hopkins in it?
No, I don't think so. They went to like,
Was it like was the Vatican
Rome.
tapes?
I don't know. It was in theaters. It was like very big, and I went, and that's how it ends. Whatever it is, I've seen other movies that do it. This was the biggest slap in the face. It's like the guy in the car.
Is it
priest
the one
in the car?
Yes.
Or
Oh
something.
God, the one down south. It's not the Last Exorcism. Is that what it is?
It might be that.
I'm gonna look this up, but
That
keep
sounds
talking about
right.
it.
But yeah, it's just stupid, and it fucking ends like that. And then from the back of the theater, someone goes, "Damn, I knew I should have just got the bootleg." And I was like, yes, this is awful. But yeah, movies with terrible endings and spending money to see movies in theaters that end up being terrible. Which leads me to a few of my honorable mentions. I I think it was that. Yeah,
It's the one where he's like,
Exorcist
it's the one where he's like a reverend and he like just kind of fakes it where he talks about it. He's like, you can just say banana bread to these people.
I think so. And there's
Yeah,
a
'cause that was
bitch
this.
in like the mental institution who had been. I don't know.
I think
could be
it
blurring
was the last
many
exorcism. Yeah,
together.
they made
It
a
was probably
second.
that.
They made the second one where like the 2 was the girl bent over.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck that movie. 2 movies. I don't go see movies in theaters a lot because of things like this where I don't want to be disappointed. 2 that I think are definitely honorable mentions, but they're kind of new, so I didn't know if I should throw it in. It Follows.
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic.
The great thing about It Follows was the director definitely had a big hard-on for Stanley Kubrick, because if you watch Stanley Kubrick's film, he was into those big, wide, single-frame shots of everything.
The cinematography of that movie alone
was so good, and it's all those big, wide, single-frame shots.
And like the spinning a lot, like the soundtrack's incredible. The whole thing is good.
I've got a big thing for like these like synthwave horror soundtracks that have been coming out, like Stranger Things, It Follows, anything like that where it's like that synthesizer like horror movie soundtrack. I'm about it, and it's all inspired by John Carpenter. Which have you checked out his albums at all that he does? Oh my god, they're incredible. It's like if you listen to the Halloween theme and you were like, I'd like an album of this, check out John Carpenter's albums because they are so good.
Yeah, but It Follows, if it wasn't so new, I don't like tossing new things in there, but that definitely is gonna stand the test of time.
Oh yeah,
so good.
I was with some people and we were watching that movie, and it was earlier this summer when we had like those bad storms, you know, where we had like the tornadoes and stuff. And the internet went out.
I was standing outside shaking my fist at those tornadoes.
I was
suck my dick.
I was shaking my fist at God. I was like, come at me.
Old man yells at cloud.
Really funny.
Just use this picture.
Oh, we should put that in the promo. Old man yells at cloud. But no, my dad was actually out in that storm.
Yeah,
and he
You're
was
talking about me, right?
He would no, like my actual father was out in that storm, going to get food, like just like Burger King at the drive-thru, and he's like, and he got home, and I was like, "Are you okay?" Because like there was like winds. There was a guy I was living in an apartment complex at the time. There was a dude running around the front going, "Tornado!
We're
tornado!"
all gonna die.
He's like, "Everybody get inside!" It's like, and I wanted to be like, "Why aren't you also inside? Don't be a hero!" But we were like bunkered down and freaking out. And somebody that I was with was a little intoxicated, and by little I mean fucked up. And they hate horror movies, and so we were watching It Follows, and we were waiting during the storm. We were all kind of standing by the window, and I was like, "Oh shit, what's that thing walking towards us?" And they lost it. They were like, and like had to like hide their head under the blankets, and they were like crying and stuff. And I was like, "It's fine. It's not really out there."
Yeah, that movie's great. The other one, which I don't even want to get into at all because it came out this year, and I feel like we'll do it on our year wrap-up.
Yeah.
Also not specifically a horror movie, but obviously Get Out was fucking unbelievably good.
That is going to go down as one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
I want
It's so hyped up that you would think it wouldn't be that good.
No, but the payoff was
that good.
I went on opening night. The day
tried.
it came out.
It was sold out.
It was packed. It
sold
was
out in front of me.
Yeah, there was no other seats. Like we got some of the last seats that
I'll
were in
sit
there.
on the floor.
Yeah, I don't care. And that was a perfect movie from start to finish. There was
so good.
flawless. Shout out Jordan Peele.
Yeah,
for everything you've ever done.
When I heard he was making a horror movie or whatever you want to consider that, I was like, get the fuck out. And now I'm like, get the fuck into my heart.
I'm not going to consider it a horror movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But it's
a very dark drama. It was marketed as a horror movie.
It's very suspenseful as well. That's what I mean. And they're hand in hand. And like I said, I don't want to get into it because we got
that's going to make the end of the year list. Yeah,
that'll probably be the best movie.
If we're on like newer horror movies that I didn't want to throw into my list, but like were good for me. One of them was As Above, So Below. If you ever saw that movie,
I wanted to see that so bad, and then all I read was awful reviews, so I didn't.
I'm not gonna say it was the greatest movie. It's found footage. It's what was so effective about it is that it deals with like alchemy and like those old, like some old school stuff like that. And one of the principles of alchemy is as above, so below. So as you will it, so it will be. And what they do is they basically find like the so below part of existence, and they're in the so below part, and like they don't explicitly say it's hell, but one of the things I can tell they did their research into studying like what medieval hell was like. And actually really if you get into like biblical science, what hell is like, because as a kid most people don't believe me when I tell them this, but I was actually kind of a weird Christian kid for a point in my life.
I could see it.
And one of the things that always just scared the hell out of me was hell, like the idea of going to hell, because eternal suffering, that's going to scare
And now
anybody.
you're like, fucking bring.
Now I'm like, God, I wish I was in hell right now. I practically am. One of the things about hell that everybody always thinks is that it's full of fire and that it's very bright. But if you study the Bible, one of the things they talk about is that hell is the absence of light.
Yeah.
Heaven is like an excess of light.
Yeah.
Hell is an absence of light. And so when they're in this so below area, it's very dark and it's very tight. You can't get around. And one of the things they talk about, like biblically, is that when you get to the gate of hell, it's not like a gate. You have to like crawl in on your stomach into hell. And it's just a lot of like old school biblical stuff that they really worked into it. And it's like, as a kid, this is what I pictured hell was like, just from like studying stuff. And the whole time watching this movie, I'm like, this is exactly what I think hell is like. And that's honest to God what was so effective about it for me, which I would also recommend that you watch, because it's found footage, but it's done in a very, very good way.
I will check it out. One of my other honorable mentions that was very hard to keep off my top 5, because it's a fucking incredible, ridiculous movie. Night of the Creeps is so
good.
Fucking good. I didn't see it for so long because I brushed it off as another, like, it can't even be Night of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. It's Night of the Creeps. And someone told me years ago to watch it, and I only recently saw it a couple of years back, and holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Is
No,
it
it
incredible.
is so good.
That is like, it's up there with like Return of the Living Dead as far as like the ridiculousness, like thrill me. And oh God, it's so good. Can't even begin to explain it, because it's, again, it can be either be, we watched it to see the cheesiness, and I was also like, this is just fucking good though too. It's like I said, Return of the Living Dead, it's one of those movies where you're like, it's fucking cheesy and it's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's so good. So yeah, that's definitely another one that I wanted to throw out there.
A good honorable mention, since it's so topical right now, both the classic and the original. Have you seen the new one yet?
I'm about to. I have not seen it.
Okay,
yet.
it
was the first horror movie I ever saw.
That was
I saw Michael Jackson's Thriller, the
And then
extended music video, and I was like peering in the other room and kind of watched it. And then I saw It was like my fucking first one when I was like 7 or 8, maybe.
Oh yeah, I still remember the scene where he like slit his wrist and wrote "It" on the wall in blood. Like that scared the hell out of me as a kid.
I just remember
so
like
good.
the blood bubbling out, and then the creepy like stepdad piece of shit. And then, like,
in the new movie, it is so much better. What made the original so good? The original is a classic, but it wasn't as. It was a made-for-TV movie in the 90s.
Long. It's so long.
Really, it's only like 3-4 hours.
That's long.
But that's both parts. It's a 1,000-page book.
I know.
Condensing a 1,000-page book into 4 hours is pretty good.
But like, I'm definitely not going to read the book because I don't know how to read. So like,
I'm actually rereading it.
I remember
right now. It's so good.
Having it as a kid, and dated reference, 2 VHSs that slid into one big box. Yeah, that was the best, which also was one thing I wanted to touch on. I think the way that I really got into horror movies was
VHS cover art.
That especially, and that's my aesthetics. But shout out Family Video. My mom would take us there, and this was when like DVDs started popping, and every VHS was like $0.25. So she would, in the summer, she'd be like, fucking go to town. So I would rent every like franchise. So Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween, Leprechaun, Children of the Corn, which I only got like 3 in because they're not good.
No, but the first one is good.
The first one's good when they kill all the adults. Yeah. And I was like, what? This is so bad.
Better cut that out.
Yeah, we'll edit that out. Yeah, I can't even. I just went. Yeah, and then I got into like other ones that didn't have as many. Pumpkinhead is one of my favorite movies ever. Pumpkinhead 2.
The Chucky series.
Chucky, yeah. I love Child's Play 3.
Yeah.
That's one of them where you got to get like into it.
Yeah.
Which I feel like the same way about. Which one of like the classic franchise like is your favorite?
It's so hard because in a very similar fashion but very different. In the summer, I know we've mentioned it on the show before. I didn't really go out a lot.
Yeah,
and
you were busy making quicksand.
Right.
Bucket hands.
Bucket hands. Get your Dapper Dad's approved bucket for bucket hands. Trying to be bucket hands for Halloween this year?
Oh, shit.
Hit us up. I'll tell you exactly which bucket to use.
Fucking got you.
But as a kid, what I would do is in the summer, I would be on the internet for 9 hours a day, and my mom would try to call the house, and she couldn't.
Yeah.
Topical.
Or just old.
And I would just download horror movies off of LimeWire.
Oh, God.
And so
we had a different experience.
And so what I would do is I would just watch all the horror movies on my computer. And so I would download like packs at a time. I would get like Halloween movie pack,
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street
Yeah.
pack, Jason pack, Freddy pack. There was one pack I had that was it was like 50 gigs. It was like all the Freddy movies, all the Jason movies, Freddy vs. Jason.
And you waited 3 months for
I
it
waited
to
3
download.
goddamn months for that thing. It was worth it though. But that's
It
what I would
was.
binge the franchises. If I had to pick a horror franchise that I preferred, it would be Halloween.
Really?
Yeah, just because, and it's not even. Well, one, John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a bit of a spot for John Carpenter just
Yeah.
because everything he's ever done is really good.
Don't get me wrong, they're great films.
I like Freddy and Jason. I enjoy them. I enjoy the movies, but I'm never going to sit here and say that, like, oh, it's my favorite thing of all time. It's the greatest horror movie ever.
Yeah.
They're classics.
Yeah.
And no one's going to deny that they're
Yeah.
classics. They're iconic characters. You see a red. How often do you see just a guy in a red striped sweater and you're like, oh, it's a Freddy sweater,
Yeah.
you know?
It
I don't
changed-
fuck kids, the guy screams when I say, hey, nice
Which
Freddy
makes it-
sweater, pervert.
Which makes it seem like you fuck kids and
Yeah.
gotta address it. My favorite is Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy. Like, there's so much more to those movies
Right,
because
yeah.
the kills
and
can
Robert
be,
Englund, though, like, can we
Yeah.
shout out Robert Englund
Yes.
for just being a fantastic actor?
God, yeah, it's so well done, and that is like endless possibilities because
Right,
it's in
yeah.
dreams. So some of the fucking
Just
there's
the crazy
one
shit.
of the later ones in the beginning just has like all of the kills leading
Mm-hmm.
up to it, and it's like here he's a giant snake, and here
My favorite Freddy killing was the bathtub one, though, where like the glove just like comes out.
yeah,
Of
I do like that one
because that's an iconic.
I remember for so long being in a hotel when I was like younger than when I saw it, and looking up at the TV and seeing that scene where she's on the phone and his tongue comes out of
Yeah.
it, and that fucking still sticks with me
because you can just see
but
it when you
as
close
a
your
kid,
eyes. Yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck? And it scared the shit out of me just because I was like, tongues can come out of phones? And now I'm like, I wish tongues could come out of phones.
Yeah, you would love that, wouldn't you?
But yeah, I love that. Freddy versus Jason is
That was
so
a trip.
underrated
It is
and crazy.
so. That
That was-
scene where Freddy has the dead girl on dock and he's like, ha,
Yeah.
and it makes her wave. I fucking
That was
love
one
that
of
scene.
my, like, for my birthday, a lot of years actually, I'll like go and see a movie around it. Usually a great one comes out, like Superbad came out right
Right,
around my
yeah.
birthday and was fucking incredible. So I made my mom and dad and sister go see Freddy versus Jason, and I think
Jesus.
they were all just like, what the fuck? And the whole time I rewatched it recently and I was like, oh yeah, I remember being like 15 or whenever that came out and really hoping that main girl's titties would come out, because in the sweater they just looked scrumptious and you never get them. Shout out to
Never
her for you get some other ones.
Shout out for the scrumptious titties in Freddy vs. Jason.
And that's what's great about Jason in Space, Jason X.
Jason-
One
nope.
of the most fantastic scenes in any horror movie ever.
Liquid
is
nitrogen.
That's good too. The simulation where it's the
Oh,
two girls and they're
God,
like,
yeah.
you want to smoke pot and have premarital sex? And then it keeps clipping away and they get in their sleeping bags and it clips back to him beating a girl to death with another girl in
Yeah.
a sleeping bag, beating a girl in a sleeping bag with another girl in a sleeping bag. And
It's
then
so fucking stupid.
then once that girl's dead, he just throws the girl he was using as a weapon against a tree so hard and kills her. And that, if
is the definition of I'll beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
yeah, that is, if I can pick one scene from any horror movie that I love more than anything, it might be when Jason beats that slumbering teen with another slumbering teen, and then just reckless abandon throws her
Just-
against a tree.
Just whap.
Yeah, and that movie is so ridiculous.
Did you ever?
and
Okay.
so good.
Speaking of franchises, did you ever see the Critters movies as a kid growing up?
I saw some of them.
Oh my
Probably
God.
like the first two.
As a small child, when my parents first got divorced, I would go with my dad on the weekends and we would go rent horror movies at the video store. And I would always see the box for Critters, and my mom was always like, we're not going to watch this. It's rated
Yeah.
R. My dad was like, oh, fuck it. It's rated R. Let's get it.
Yeah.
And there's one scene in the original Critters where they have them like talk with subtitles.
Yeah.
And have you seen the original one?
I have, but it's been decades.
Basic premise.
4 decades.
People are in a house. These violent little aliens come down and,
Yeah.
they attack the house.
Yeah.
The dad sticks a shotgun out of the doggy door and fires a warning shot. And they're talking. They're like, "Rah, rah, rah,
Kind of dad I want to be.
rah, rah," and they're going, they have guns. Who gives a shit? And then the one that says shit gets blown away, and the other one goes, fuck, and then just like waddles away. And it's like that dumb humor camp. And as they went on, they got progressively bad. I remember specifically, like, there was one where it's kind of like I forget what other franchise does this, but they have like one character that survives throughout all of them.
Yeah.
And is just like repeatedly somehow brought up in the
Yeah.
franchise. It was like the farmhand from the first one, and like at the end of the third one, it's like Easter Sunday, and the eggs are the critter eggs, and he like comes down in like a spaceship and like crashes in front of these kids doing like the Easter egg hunt. He's like, bah, don't touch the eggs. And that's where the movie ends.
I also love the idea of being like that dad. Like, I hear some shenanigans outside. Let me shoot off a warning shot from my shotgun through the doggy door. Because I'm not answering.
No, this was already when they're being attacked by them. So
either way.
No, he's just letting off a warning
That's
shot.
going to be the dad I am. Like, I hear some things outside. I'm
Time for a warning shot.
Through the back door. The other franchise I wanted to touch on, because I feel like one of them definitely should be in my top 5, but it's hard because it's such a long series. Saw. I think Saw is incredible, and so many people don't like Saw.
My only problem with Saw is that at the time when the first Saw came out, it was at a time when horror movies were at like an all-time low. Like nothing good was coming out.
And it was also before it was so gory.
The few good horror movies I remember coming out around that time were like the Rob Zombie ones, like House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects.
Which is great.
And then after Devil's Rejects, I feel like it all kind of went downhill. The Halloween remake was...
Halloween remake is bad.
The Lords of Salem I loved.
I didn't see that because I felt the same way where I was like, I don't trust you anymore.
It's not great. I'm not going to say it's great, but it has a very trippy, cool, dark, lots of naked titties at the end ending sequence. Bro, if you're trying to see the most titties you've ever seen in a horror movie, watch the Devil.
I don't know about that.
The Lords of Salem.
I think that is also one of the reasons why it like really resonates with teenage boys and horror movies. It's just so much gratuitous sex and boobs and like, ridiculous shit.
Well, I mean, I think that's why most young men are into horror movies, because it's like, okay, what are most young boys? Violent and they like boobs. And what are horror movies? Violent with boobs.
I remember being like, even if it's not good, there's probably some titties in it, and that's all 15-year-old me.
I remember
right
watching Devil's Rejects and pausing it on the scene when Sherry Moon Zombie shows her ass and she's like, kiss my ass, and I'm just like, my God.
I remember watching them and being like, all right, I need to remember to take this to the bedroom later and look into these titties again. But yeah, I think Saw is incredible. It's intertwined so well. It gets towards the end.
And there's what do you think about the new one that's coming out?
I haven't read anything about it. I'll definitely watch it. I'd like to think that it's gonna be good.
It's not. I just
You've
know
seen it?
No, I just know it's not going to be any good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Fire Stick, baby.
Yeah, it'll definitely be one I catch up on later. But I liked them. I like gratuitous gore. I love Hostel. The Hostel movies are fantastic.
I watched those around the same time I watched like The Grudge and The Ring and stuff like that, because my sister had a caretaker at the time whose boyfriend would burn her bootleg movies all the time, and we would just watch them all day.
What a good era.
What a good era when you could watch like the Final Fantasy movies. And what did we watch? We watched The Grudge, the Hostel movies, the Final Fantasy movies that were coming out.
Also, shout out Final Destination.
That's what I meant. Final Destination.
I was gonna say I don't know Final Fantasy enough. I
play too many video games.
But yeah, Final Destination movies are also, I think, people
top tier. Yeah, the scene where the guy's like lifting in the gym and the swords come down and just slices shit off.
I don't remember which one is the one with the logs at the beginning, but that one's good. I think it was 3.
Yeah, it was 3 because that's the same one with the guy and the swords.
Yeah, that one's fucking good. Those are like really underrated. They're very different, and I like the concept. And they might have went on a little long. Like basically all of these movies. You can't have fucking 7 movies and expect all of them to be
top tier. Yeah. There's never been a franchise that's done that.
But yeah, I like
Hostel fucked me up. The two scenes that fucked me up the most in Hostel were when the dude got his Achilles tendon cut, when he's like, go ahead and leave, and he just cut him, and then the girl with the eyeball with the blowtorch. That I got a thing about eyes. I can't do it.
I don't like when the guy gets his dick cut off. That resonates. I want to get that tattoo really bad from dick? Hostel. Yeah, I want to get a big back piece of that guy getting his dick cut off. No, the fucking dog that like signifies that they're all in this secret club. I've always wanted that, but I feel like it's a tattoo that'll lead to weird conversations that I don't want to talk to.
Yeah.
What's the most fucked up movie you've ever seen besides the one we bleeped out?
Oh God,
because this is send us your most fucked up movie.
Most fucked up movie,
because I go out of my way to do this, and I've seen the one that you're probably going to send. Yeah. The one we just don't want to talk about. And like I said, if you are aware of these type of movies, you know what one we're commenting on. I don't think it's that bad. It's like fucked up.
It's almost hard to comment on what's more. The ones I've seen are fucked up have been like small indie horror films where you're
Yeah.
allowed to get away with more.
Yeah.
3 that I can think of off the top of my, because I just had 3.
12 I can get out real quick.
No,
if I want.
3 that I can get out real quick. The Italian film adaptation of 120 Days of Sodom by Mark Desade.
Yeah, I've never watched that one because
Just don't. If you just want to watch teenagers getting raped and eating human shit, it's a great time.
Yeah, that's the one I was like, that just doesn't sound appealing. Which the unspoken one doesn't sound appealing, but it took me like 2 years.
Yeah.
I read the whole thing online. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then eventually I've seen some of these other ones and I'm like, well, why not? And it just made me happy about my life. So
That's one of note that I can't even recommend. It's just too fucked up for me to watch. God, no, I'm just thinking about scenes from that movie I want to talk about, but like I don't want to talk about them on the air because I'm afraid somebody's gonna hear it and just be like, "That's really fucked up. Let me watch it."
Yeah,
and then,
exactly.
like they're gonna get scarred for
use
life.
caution with these.
There's a movie. It's only like 30 minutes long. It's like a weird black and white horror movie. I can't remember what it's called.
Begotten?
Yes,
Yep.
Begotten. That's what I was gonna say.
That one's like a mind fuck in a different
Begotten
way.
is basically a retelling of the Book of Genesis.
Yeah, don't
by
get
some
too into it 'cause it's
avant-garde
heavy.
director.
It's just-
There is a fucked up scene where it's like God in the beginning, and he like guts himself with a razor blade, and like it's. When you think about it, you don't expect what you're going to see. Like you can, like I'm sure
That one is
everybody's seen
so,
the gif
like-
from it where he's like,
Yeah,
like rocking and
that's
cutting his
why
guts
I've
out.
seen it because
It's Begotten.
Is so
That was fucked up. He also did another short movie that was like 11 minutes long called like Birds.
Yeah.
That was really fucked up. The most fucked up movie I've ever seen. And by fucked up, and I know when people think like a fucked up movie, it's like the craziest, goriest thing that's happened. But the most uncomfortable fucked up movie.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Irreversible?
No. Okay. But oh my God. Let's
edit that out.
No, we'll talk about it after this.
Okay. Yeah, because I've got some too.
Gummo. If you've ever seen
Oh,
Gummo.
I fucking love Gummo.
I loathe that movie because
Really?
it makes me so uncomfortable when I watch it. Because like, okay,
yeah, that's like the definition of just like making you
uncomfortable movies.
Yeah, that one, and it's not even a horror.
It's not a horror movie.
It's
just meant to be a documentary of this town called Gummo. It's like Ohio, is it, or Indiana?
I think so.
It's somewhere in the middle. But it was a town that was hit by a bad tornado, and it's like how this town just works now.
And it feels very authentic.
Have you seen his movie Kids that guy directed as well?
I've never seen Kids, but I always want to because this is what every time I'm like fucked up movies, people are like Kids, and I'll watch that soon.
I will not watch Kids again. Really? I want to throw that. I will not watch it again.
I've heard that
it's one of those movies. I don't want to give anything away because I don't want to give a thing away because I do want you to watch it.
I've already heard some pieces, but still,
it's
I will
traumatizing.
Watch it.
Honest to God, it's a movie where you're gonna watch it and you're just gonna feel uncomfortable for the rest of the day watching it.
The other one I want to get out, and I completely forgot that could be in my top 5, but it's such a heavy movie, and it's not really. It's graphic. I don't know. Like I said, I'm very jaded, so my graphic is fucking crazy, and things I don't think are graphic are probably very graphic. Martyrs.
I was gonna say Martyrs. Shit,
is so incredible. Like it's a very good.
It's a beautiful movie.
That movie made me feel dark
emotions
for days.
Yeah.
And the Unspeakable movie didn't make me feel bad at all. Like I said, I felt good because I was like, life's getting dark on that end.
No,
my life is bright as the sun.
Martyrs is a movie that
the original.
Original
the French one.
Yeah, the French. It is
not. I've never seen the remake, but don't even fucking
trash.
watch it.
The original is so beautiful and so damningly dark.
My dad's friend, who's like a very jolly man, and he's very into horror movies, and we got to talking about this, and he's talked about like Irreversible and like other ones.
Irreversible fucked me up too.
Irreversible is very bad. Like, I don't know. I don't even have much to say about it. It's very apparent. He was like, have you ever seen Martyrs? And I hadn't, so he gave me the DVD, and I'm not thinking anything of it. It starts I don't want to ruin the first scene with the house because it's incredible.
God. Yeah.
But it comes out of fucking nowhere. And then it doesn't stop. And
that's one of those movies that just punches you in the balls and it just keeps going. But it's the most beautiful punch in the balls I've ever had in my life.
And it's very... Yeah, you'll definitely reflect on everything.
That is a movie that I
world.
almost can't show to people because I've tried to show it to people and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" But it's like, no, you need to get it. You need to watch
definitely, it.
It just makes my heart happy that you watched that movie because like I was gonna bring it up.
I rewatched it last year.
Oh God, let's rewatch that soon. That's some good shit.
It's good. It's good to rewatch it because you're like, I can really like sit down and like know because when it gets into like the actual
because the first time you watch it, you were just so like
the real examples of martyrs and what happens to the girl at the very end, and then the actual ending, and you're like, holy shit. It's a fucking incredible movie. Like I said, it's dark in a very specific way.
Yeah.
It's not like what you're thinking, and it's heavy. That's one I will recommend, but with a lot of caution.
Yeah.
If you're like unstable or movies really stick with you, because movies really stick with me, and for some reason I'm still like, fuck it, let's go. Like I like
next
to
level
see,
of trauma.
Yeah,
let's
I like
go.
to see what they can do. One of recent note, Kuso. Did you see Kuso?
I did see Kuso.
That one's just crazy. That's just insane.
I knew what I was getting into going into
for the sake
Kuso.
of being crazy.
Right. And
which
it's
is kind of like Gummo. I feel like it's just like
But Gummo was better about it. Gummo made it seem authentic.
Gummo
Kuso
had
is
more
just,
of a storyline. Kuso's just...
I did not need to see George Clinton's asshole, which wasn't his asshole, by the way.
I figured it wasn't. But yeah.
That's
like,
the one thing he refused to do in that movie was show his asshole.
Yeah, which, I mean, at that point, yeah, that movie's just a clusterfuck. That's like how my brain works, is just like random shit.
Yeah.
And there's really good parts in that movie, and then there's just shit where you're like, I don't even fucking know anymore because it's just ridiculous.
One of the, another recent horror movie I wanted to touch on is a movie called Raw. It's
yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah. I was hoping for more.
But what you got
was
fucked. Oh my god. And I mean, like, it's another one of those, the ending was actually really good.
Yeah.
I felt like the twist at the end was great.
I kind of seen that coming.
I didn't. Like, hand of God, I did not. With, like, okay, I see where you would see it coming, but I was so invested in how goddamn gross it was that I did not see it
I was
coming.
hoping it would be a little bit more gross.
Okay, wait. I changed my, I've changed two of my answers now that I thought about them. Favorite franchise, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. That's a good remake as well, because when she shoots herself in the head and the camera pans through the fucking bullet hole in the head, that fucked me up when that came out, and I didn't even want to watch it because I was like, that's like one of the most graphic moments in any movie that no one talks about. Like, a girl shooting herself in the head and then the camera going through
the head
is fucking
it's good cinematography. It's artistic.
It is very good.
I was gonna change my most fucked up movie.
I met I can never say his name, Gunnar Hansen.
Oh yeah, really?
I met him and he signed a copy.
That's so awesome.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre that I no longer have somehow, and gave me a big poster, and he was cool and old.
What were we talking about before this? We talked about Kuso.
Yeah, Kuso.
What was after that?
Martyrs.
Gummo. I had another really fucked up movie in my head I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember.
Is it Antichrist? That's
no, but that
one
is
of the
another
few movies
mentionable
I've
one.
turned off. I was very hungover. I don't typically get hungover, but Daddy had himself quite a night. And I popped on the couch in the morning, feeling queasy, and I was like, let's turn on Antichrist.
Was it the scene with the dick?
Yes.
Yeah, that's always everybody's scene with that movie where they can't watch it anymore.
Yeah, and it gets worse. I turned it off after the second part, which I'll leave that as a surprise. But yeah, the fucking dick, she just... I don't even want to say it.
I don't even want to talk about the dick
I'm
scene.
going to go ahead and turn this off. I can't think of another one I turned off. I got through Irreversible. I just fast forwarded through the awful scene.
I'm looking at this list because it was a fucked up movie that everybody says is really fucked up. I'm looking at the list really quick. First one on the list is the movie that we won't talk about.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
I think that's the typical like go-to most fucked up movie ever.
Something I wanted to note was a movie that I can't stand because of something that happened in it is Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that because of that. I don't agree with that.
What happens in the movie is that when they were filming the movie, they killed 11 animals while they were filming it. And what's worse is that they made the native people in the movie who wouldn't necessarily understand what they were doing, made them kill the animals.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I feel like
it's very fucked up. I've never seen it, but I won't watch it because of that.
Ooh, a good fucked up movie that I can recommend that nobody ever watch ever is a movie called The Bunny Game.
Oh, you texted me about this because it was so fucked up.
Did you ever watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Ooh,
I watched the trailer. Yeah. I read about it.
Here's the premise. A prostitute looking for her next meal hitches a ride with a trucker that leaves her praying for her next breath.
I might have to watch it.
It is an hour and a half long snuff movie. It is just disgusting. It's a snuff porno. That's all it is. So if you want to watch snuff porno, go ahead and watch The Bunny Game.
All right, we should wrap this up.
We should wrap this up. I'll try to find it later. If I can think of what this really fucked up movie is, we'll just throw it at the end of... Oh, the Pogespy tapes. Have you ever seen that?
I watched some of it, but it was so boring to me.
It has some fucked up parts, but it was definitely not as good as it could have been.
Yeah,
on
clearly
this
we
list.
like horror movies because we went about 2
Yes,
hours on this
man,
one.
so-
if you made it through, shout out to you. Send us your most fucked up horror movies or just your favorites, and we can all chit chat about this because it's good. This is
You're
very-
never gonna catch us not wanting to talk about horror movies.
Yeah, clearly, like we went 2 hours, and I
Yeah,
don't think we're
exactly.
done. Now we're gonna sit here for another hour
and talk
by
about other
ourselves
horror
and
movies
get
that we
into it.
like. So, yeah.
But yeah, send us your most fucked up horror movies, your favorite horror movies, whatever you want.
And as always, send us anything.
Yes, send actually
text us,
send
email
anything.
us. We've
www.thedapperdads.com, dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com, and the phone number is 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. Send us anything. 2 people send us submissions. We will get into those real hard on the next episode. So if you get them in before we record, then we'll throw yours in there too.
Yeah, absolutely. So next week's episode, we got a couple of submissions. Let us know as soon as you can, and we will talk about you on the show. Check it out.
Yeah, and thanks for sticking around if you made it, and go watch
If you
horror
listen to
movies
this whole
and get
episode,
real
listening to us talk
spooky.
about horror movies, we appreciate it. Happy Friday the 13th.
Yes. We probably lost all of our fans.
Probably, yeah.
We love whoever's listening to it right now.
Yeah, if you're still listening to this, thank you very
Hashtag
much.
witch pussy somewhere if you're still listening.
Hashtag witch pussy.
Love you.